I said Jericho throwing popcorn.
Yeah, that's pretty funny.
Yeah.
You see Cody take the scarf from his buddy and wrap it around his hand and break the glass.
No, I didn't see
That
that.
was fucking great moment.
I heard about
because he has
glass
that.
punch.
He has that like fancy friend of his that has like the really nice dress scarf.
Yeah.
And they were like Jericho and them locked themselves in like the press box overlooking the arena, and were like laughing at him through the glass. You could actually see him like laughing at him through the locked door. And then Cody just put his hands out, and the guy put the scarf in his hand and wrapped it around and just broke the glass. I was like, that's the doper than WWE's done in a year.
That sounds super dope. I heard about the glass punch. I didn't know what it was.
Also, DDP was there.
Yeah, I heard that too.
No,
Apparently, his intro video has like a lot of like yoga poses.
I don't think I caught it.
A lot of downward dogs, apparently.
Mm.
I do mean downward dog with DDP. He's the man who taught me how to do downward facing dog. You know,
He's a good man.
he's a good man. He says bang a lot. Bang!
It's true. That was his thing.
Just bang, bang.
Yeah,
Bang!
he'd say bang.
Oh, yeah, okay. He does.
And then he'd do an RKO, which was at that time the diamond cutter.
Oh, yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
A cutter.
A
We see a
cutter.
lot of cutters in the TRWL, you know.
Yeah, everyone wants to be fucking Stone Cold.
That's a totally different move.
It's true.
It's a totally different move.
Depends on who's calling it.
Totally different move. It's a Stone Cold DT.
I've heard JR call a cutter a stunner. Or a stunner a cutter.
He's had two strokes.
JR,
I mean, cut him a bit of
JR is
slack.
kind of struggling on AEW. Yeah.
Yeah, he's unintelligible. I'll say it
Yeah.
the best time.
He doesn't know the guy's name sometimes.
Like, oh, JR, what?
He got into this like kind of self argument about there's Nick and Matt Jackson. I feel like that's their names. The Young Bucks.
Okay, yeah.
And he's like, Matt and Nick, or Nick Jackson, and just like this moment where it's like he's like working through all these things in his head out loud.
He's old.
No.
And I think he's had at least 2 strokes, maybe even more. I'm not sure. I think it's 2, though, isn't it? Old JR.
I think he's had 2.
And I mean, he's seen so many wrestlers. It's
been
probably
through it.
all blurred
been lit
together.
on
Yeah, it's like
fire.
these fucking
Yeah.
podcasts. Weirdly, JR was lit on fire one time?
Yeah.
Oh, that's pretty dope.
Yeah, Kane lit him on fire during an interview.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Like, would we say
Kissed
on
Vince
fire?
McMahon's ass one time.
This is like on. I mean, lots of people have kissed Vince's
Yeah.
ass. Literally kissed his ass.
Yeah.
I'm talking like on fire. Like,
Yeah, he was on. Well, I bet you it wasn't JR.
did the hat go up? Oh,
but-
well, that's less fun.
Yeah, but
You just saw like a
in
flaming
kayfabe.
man on fire with a cowboy
I think
hat.
it was like he beat up JR, who fell to the ground. This was not like out in the ring. It was in like an interview room, and then he was pouring gas on JR, and then they had the moment where he lit the match, and it like zoomed in on Kane. And that would have been a good time for someone who was more okay
stunt
being
person.
burned to roll in there, and then he got lit on fire.
Well, that's still pretty crazy.
Yeah,
though.
they had JR screaming though.
Huh.
And he was screaming like he was on fire. He sold the shit out of that.
Huh.
Maybe he's been on fire before.
That might be too real.
It's true.
Hearing a man burn to death.
Yeah, it was a little much. Probably.
I can imagine.
It's okay. I think shortly after that, Shane McMahon kicked Kane into a flaming dumpster. So
Oh, you got his.
yeah,
We talked
Kane
about
having previously tied up Shane McMahon and shocked his testicles with jump cables.
I remember that. Yeah, it was a very.
It was all part of the same era, I think.
It's a very sexy. The sexy era.
I was
they
into
call
that. I was like, I don't know why Shane is fucking freaking out so much.
Yeah, do me next.
This is my
Me next.
dream. Yes. I mean, I'll go put myself on the other post. Come to me when you're done.
Hey, save some of that battery juice for me, bud. Talk about some video games, gentlemen.
I'll
Ready?
that or continue with this.
Here we go. Welcome to the show. It's October the 28th. This is the scariest podcast of the year.
Wait, why?
It's the closest to Diwali.
Oh, light your fireworks and scare off the demons.
Yay.
Because it's the closest to All Hallows Eve, Kevin. I realize I might have offended. Not really knowing the meaning of Diwali, that could be super offensive.
The thing that I said was true. Learned it today in an interview with an Indian man.
That's why the fireworks to scare off the demons? Yep. Oh, cool. That's smart.
Everybody knows demons
just
don't
yell-
like fireworks.
We just yell trick or treat. Or we hire Kevin's psychic anchor friend to come and absorb the demons into themselves.
Let me tell you, we can't afford to hire a psychic anchor.
And that's the real reason for Diwali.
The man said, and I quote, We've been lighting them off for 15 years, and a demon hasn't got us yet.
Checks out.
And straight face too, right? Like he was selling that.
Makes sense. My name's Matt Eads. Kevin Byer is here.
Hey everyone.
The champ, also known as DDK in the ring. Bryce Zinnick is here.
Hello.
Not the champ.
Not the champ.
Brandon
Rigged.
Lynch,
Yes.
not even in the TRWL, is here as well, though.
Let me debelt.
Oh, boy. It's time to get serious.
Yeah.
The Diwali jokes are out. The belt's coming off.
That's right.
It must be the closest to Halloween podcast. That time again, gentlemen.
Without going over?
Yeah, without going over. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, the first one past Halloween. Like November the 1st. That doesn't
Right.
count.
No, the big Halloween party that we have in town this year is on November 2nd.
What? They
Yeah.
can't.
What
You can't.
day is that?
It's a Saturday.
It's
Or
illegal.
Friday, I think. It might be
Better,
the 3rd.
better to be October the 1st than November the 2nd.
Sure.
No.
Yes.
Sure.
Anytime in October, totally fine.
Why not just the last weekend before Halloween?
Yeah.
That's always a
Sure.
good idea.
Yeah. November-
Because right after Halloween, it's like Christmas lights for me. Right after Halloween, I'm like, get all this fucking shit out
gone.
of here.
Yeah. We gotta
get
get-
it all out of here.
We gotta get sad and somber because Remembrance Day is only 5 days away.
That's right.
Veterans Day in the States.
Oh.
So we get a Guy Fawkes Day in the very different holidays. Guy Fawkes Day in the UK.
No.
Bryce, what's the real meaning of Guy Fawkes Day? We have a D&D game following a Guy Fawkes Day. I was
Oh.
trying to explain Guy Fawkes Day.
They didn't like the government. They want to burn it down. But
Yeah.
that didn't happen because they suck.
Right. So it's kind of okay. And now
Everything's fine.
we celebrate that today.
So, but yeah, you embarrass the people who tried to revolve by making sure everyone remembers their name in terrible circumstances.
Oh wait, so it's like an oppressive thing?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought
Boo,
it was
Guy Fawkes. Boo.
Oh, I thought it was the opposite. Whoa.
Guy Fawkes.
I thought it-
We'd be good wrestling fans.
I thought it was
Just tell us who to boo.
I thought it was the opposite. I thought it was like you're it's an oppressive regime and we got to protest and that's why we light fireworks to symbolize the blowing up the maybe Parliament was going to blow up and
The exploding of people.
it's the movie V for Vendetta taught me that Guy Fawkes was a good man.
No.
Stephen Fry was the Guy Fawkes surrogate.
He was hung, drawn, quartered, then burned at the stake. So
Well, that doesn't make him. Lots of good people where Jesus was crucified.
If he was a good man, the fire wouldn't have burnt him.
right.
It's true.
It's a good- I forgot about
Just
that.
like how the witches are supposed to sink,
And Jim Ross.
and they do. The witches always sink.
It's true.
100% of the time.
If they don't, just fucking add more weight.
You're doing a Victorian England D&D campaign?
Well, he thought he
Yes,
was until this
cheerio.
moment that he realized the character it's about is
Yeah, it turns
Miss
out
Catherine.
I thought we were going to be playing this really like enlightening, uplifting, like freedom of expression campaign. It turns out we're just fucking terrorists, apparently.
Yep.
The best stories play jump rope with that line.
Yeah, you're not wrong.
I mean, we kind of are terrorists in the game.
Everyone's
so-
a
In the
terrorist to
D&D
someone.
campaign they're playing, they're absolutely fucking committing acts of terror.
Oh, well, checks out then.
Yeah.
There was a real discussion last week between the players of like, what if we just turned evil? What if we just teamed up with this evil faction who has always been a step ahead of us? Wouldn't our lives be so much better if we just stopped caring and started killing? Mm-hmm. And it might go that way. Who
You need
knows?
to let me know who all these people are.
The-
And I'm going to tell the government.
Champ DDK, one of them. Oliver J, another very level-headed individuals considered joining the dark side.
I mean, if treasure and glory is on that side and it's more convenient,
It could be, yeah.
Luke
And if
Skywalker
yeah.
almost joined the dark side.
I mean, he probably did.
Yeah.
Was that in the new? I haven't seen that new Star Wars trailer. Was that the whole thing in the new? It was like Luke with the red
No, it
lightsaber.
was in the last Star Wars movie. There were lightsabers in this trailer, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, thank
There
goodness.
was-
I haven't seen it. I don't know anything about it.
Star Wars with
Sorry,
lightsabers.
I
Say-
can't
There were
confirm or deny
lightsabers?
if
What
there were
the fuck?
lightsabers.
Oh my gosh. It's almost Star Wars. It's almost everything time. We're so close. We're on the cusp. It's like the last deep breath of
Yes, I'm getting a big
Fresh air.
infusion of media that I like to consume.
it's
coming
so
soon.
much. So much. So many games. This is the week of games. They're upon us. Mm-hmm. I played a couple.
I've also played a couple, but I've played collectively about 3 hours of both combined.
I'm
Which is
maybe
not
more
enough.
like 5 hours above
Yeah.
combined. Yeah, just touched everything loosely. Just wanted to
Put your fingers on it.
fondle everything. Make sure everything was looking good, feeling good.
Yeah, like just stick your finger in the pie just to ruin it for everyone else.
Exactly. It's the toothpick. You got to make sure it's done.
Just and it deflates.
That's my souffle. The Outer Worlds came out this
Yes.
week. Not to be confused with the Outer Wilds.
No,
It's just Outer Wilds.
yeah,
Oh,
making
shit.
it
Okay.
either more or less confusing.
So OW, Outer Wilds, and the Outer Worlds.
Overwatch?
Also
Oh,
Overwatch, yeah.
Oh, jeez. It's the game from the people who used to be called Obsidian, and I don't actually know what they're called now. I should look that up. Are they still Obsidian?
I thought they were still Obsidian.
They might still be Obsidian.
No, I thought they got bought by Xbox, but did not change their name.
The Outer Worlds. This is, yes, from the folks who made Fallout New Vegas. It is some more. It is by Obsidian, yes.
Yes, good.
Published by Private Division and Microsoft. It is more New Vegas. It is a Fallout game. What is set in space?
Let me tell you that every now and then someone makes a game that is literally like going down my checklist of things I complain that there's no game about. Like I wish there was a shorter Fallout in space, and it seems like this is what they've made for me.
Yep. 30 to 40 hours is about what I hear. So much more of a narrow scope.
Yes.
It is like...
And that's like a pretty completionist time because I've heard people doing it in 20.
Oh, wow.
So, yeah.
It is just that game again. That's super... I feel like that does
Yes.
a huge
Not in a bad
disservice.
way.
Not in a bad way. It is a very good-looking, seemingly well-running. I'm not far enough in, really, to verify... maybe the saves explode like they usually do in those types of games. But it seems to look very well and run very well and is voice acted very well and is one of those is that game to a T. Instead of the VATS is a little different. You're slowing down time.
I will say the VATS is way better.
Yes,
it
the
is something
shooting.
I like. Yes, it is something I like engaging with way more. The VATS, I barely ever used it.
Yep, same as you. The shooting feels fun, unlike most Fallout, where the shooting I think always feels
The worst.
really fucking bad.
Yeah.
It shoots well. You haven't got far enough yet, but you get companions just like you do in Fallout or in New Vegas or any of those. You have a little bit more control over them, where you can. They seem useful in a way where companions previously were kind of like, well, you're going to stand here and get shot a bunch so that I can do the killing.
Yeah.
Now they seem like to totally serve different purposes, where like, oh, I can make you a tank so I can stand back here and shoot my guns, or I can tank because I'm doing a big melee build and you can stand back and shoot with your guns. And the companions seem really smart.
I feel like the character creation was really, really good, and it was not like there was enough stats and points going into things that gave me different benefits that I was like, okay, there's a lot of different ways I could go with it, but not so many where I'm like, I almost don't even care because there's no way I'm going to be able to mentally keep track of all these systems while I'm playing the game.
Yeah. The stats are like pretty much 1-to-1 from Fallout.
Yeah.
You have your like whatever it is, 7 core or however many core stats you have that affect different stats. There's a perk system almost exactly like Fallout. There's a lot that's almost exactly like Fallout.
Yeah.
I will say it seems like it's going to. So I've heard it compared to Mass Effect a bit, where I assume you're getting your own ship and going planet to planet. I haven't done any of that yet. I'm just on a planet. Even just that first planet is like colorful and
It's real pretty.
It's not just an open gray wasteland. Like Fallout, one of my biggest problems with Fallout is it is a open gray, or in Fallout 4 it's green wasteland, and that's it. That's all it is for like huge stretches of empty wasteland where it's like skeletons arranged in a playground. And you're like, oh, that's some environmental storytelling, I guess. That's cool. But for the most part, just a wide, empty open space, whereas this seems way more bespoke.
Yeah.
And you are like...
Lots of bright greens and yellows and pinks and
even and I'm guessing
No
every
Man's
planet will
Sky-ish.
be... Yeah, I'm thinking every planet will be this whole new like color palette.
Yeah.
But it seems interesting. Already, like, I care way more and know way more about the town that you start off in than anywhere in Fallout 4.
Yeah, and that's kind of what it's because like I was telling you before the podcast started, I've only played about an hour, maybe just over. And I haven't even done the first... Like, I haven't gone and talked to the first person that you're supposed to talk to continue the story.
Yeah.
Because I've just been going, like, door to door, in the first town they go and be like, hey, what are you about? What are you about?
What's
what
your
are you
story,
doing? You're a
stranger?"
barber? Okay. You're a religious guy? Okay.
Did you kill anyone and steal their
I
stuff?
didn't kill anyone,
Oh.
but I
You can if
I know.
you want.
right after I saved to like turn the game off, I was like, I should just go shoot some people, and then I'll just see what happens. But I didn't.
It seems very well made. I'm super excited.
I'm very excited about the writing.
Yeah.
It's some like with a lot of video games. Sometimes you can tell within the first like 15 minutes the way that characters are like interacting with each other, where you're like, oh, okay, this is a well written game, like The Witcher and stuff like that, where it's like, oh, some of these lines are actually making me chuckle out loud.
Yeah.
So I'm excited to see what they do with that.
It's such a bad way to describe it. It's because it can turn so many people off. It's a little Portal-esque in its writing, where it is like serious and self-aware, but also super zany and goofy in some cases. But I think it really,
Yeah,
what I've seen so far totally nails it.
There's some really joke answers that you can.
I found some
deliver.
dehydrated water tablets. That made me laugh.
There's some like really joke answers that you can give people where looking at it, you'd be like, this seems like something that would just like this person should not want to communicate with me after I say it. Like calling their town, like seeing I have blisters on my ass that look nicer than this town.
Boom.
But they just fucking pick up the ball and roll with it. They're like, oh, that's unfortunate.
Sorry to hear that. We'll get you some cream, maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's good. It seems very well made.
Yes, I'm excited to play more. That is what I'm doing as soon as I get home from here.
My the first companion has a very iconic voice. See if you recognize her when you meet her. In a way that I was
Jennifer
like,
Hale.
No, but like a Jennifer Hale, not
Yeah,
Jennifer Hale,
that
but
tier.
one of those
Yeah.
where you're like, I've heard your voice
Yeah.
10 trillion times. It seems very good, very very good. Can't wait to get deeper into it.
I not to smash our chickens before they hatch, but I am very worried. But I am very worried about Game of the Year after a few drinks, trying to differentiate between Outer Wilds and Outer Worlds.
Neither can win then.
World.
Yeah, just eliminate them both right now.
Or if my plan to separate some of the drinking from the games works, hopefully that helps there. But you're not wrong. Even just talking about the games here
Right
on the
now,
podcast,
yeah.
it is fucking hard to keep them straight.
You can't stop us from drinking.
Oh, Will. You're
You can
you're
turn
right.
our mics off.
Our Fireball sponsorship gets canceled if we don't consume at least 3 bottles. You're right. January the 25th, by the way, for that Game of the Year show. When Max Gonzalez will be joining us. It's going to be wild.
In the flesh?
In the flesh. Call of Duty came out. Modern Warfare. I'll play a little bit of that as well.
How is your the journey that was the installing of that game?
Long on PC. Wow,
Yeah.
127 gigs,
Yeah.
which and the Blizzard servers not fucking fast. Maybe just because it was install day for everybody, or I don't know. But a literal, I mean, it was under a day, which I guess is fine, but like 6 to 7 hours.
Yeah.
And then on PC, once you install it, whatever mode you launches, then has to install the shaders, which takes another call it 10 to 15 minutes. Where you can go into games, it's like it gives you a warning where it's like, hey, you can play if you want. This is going to be really fucked, but you can play if you want. We need to install the shaders still. Are you sure? And it gives you like 3 warnings, so you know that they're fucking serious.
Yeah.
Did you jump in and take a look?
Yeah.
How was it?
It looks so dope. With no shaders, it looks like a game from the 90s where like the trees are just big green circles. Like the buildings are just kind of this blue pastel round. Like everything is really bright, basic colors. And I could see people all the way across the map because there's no like smoke or mist or
Right.
foliage
Fuck.
and all this stuff.
That's
like,
how I should be playing.
the whole time I was like, this is like I'm hacking. I was like, holy shit. I can just stand at the edge of this map and see everybody. They're not wrong though. It ran like total fucking garbage.
Yeah.
And then the shaders get installed and it all looks real. But that install time is
It
crazy.
was fucking nuts. And so on Xbox, you install it in 4 separate chunks.
Multiplayer, single player,
Yeah, multiplayer.
co-op.
2 campaign packs. 1 multiplayer pack, 1 Spec Ops pack.
Wow.
And I think that's on top of like a
Base.
base install that it does up front.
Yeah. I wish I had that option on PC because I was just trying to get the multiplayer. I saw you and Warren playing yesterday.
But I'm not entirely sure that if we downloaded one that we would actually be able to play it until they were all on there.
That's really fucking
I don't know-
stupid.
I don't know
That
that,
would be, there
like-
would be no point to being able to choose your... Surely you must be able to play multiplayer.
But can you? So if that's the case, can I uninstall the campaign then?
Maybe. They're
And
talking
then-
big about that for next gen.
I know,
but I
and
don't
that's
know if
what
you
I'm
can do it
saying. Like,
this
I don't
time
think you can
around.
do it this time. So what's Like, why does it work going forward but not backward? Like, why can I play
It's too different.
multiplayer while the campaign stuff is still installing, but after it's installed, why can't I play the multiplayer without having the campaign stuff installed?
But you're right. Somebody finally, like
Yes.
somebody like you, was like, "Wait, why don't we just? This makes way more sense."
Yeah.
Of like, you don't need to keep the single player campaign, which is probably 70 gigs on your Xbox or whatever once you're done it. Yeah, big install, long too. Like I was, especially on the PC. I'm like, oh yeah, this will be fast. I'll be playing with these guys in no time. I'm a PC power user, or whatever.
Yeah.
Here we fucking go. It
Xbox
was
nerds still waiting for theirs.
so slow, so fun. And then just start it up and have it be like, we need to install the shaders. I was like, just make my install 15 minutes longer and just do it.
No.
Just get it done.
No.
Just don't tell me that you're done when you're not done.
It's great though. It looks and runs and seems to play incredibly well.
Yeah.
All that install later on my now 5, maybe even older year PC. It looks and runs incredibly.
It is probably the best looking game I have maybe ever seen on my current Xbox.
It's definitely up there.
Yeah.
Especially on PC.
And that's just my current Xbox. Like that's a console, the original launch version of the console that is having a lot of trouble with some of the newer games these days. This is fucking running like butter.
It seems like it runs at 60.
Yeah,
More or less all
for the
time?
most part. I haven't
Yeah.
played a bunch of it, but it is not dipped. No, I bet you. Like I think it's that 60 pretty much all the
Probably
time.
does. Like the PC has it'll like dynamic resolution or whatever. Where if your frames start dropping, it'll turn down settings to keep the frame rate up. And excuse me, the campaign runs a little worse than the multiplayer. I noticed I had to turn some settings down for the campaign.
I have not played the campaign yet.
I just played I played like the first 10 minutes, the first mission, just to see what was up. Looks real nice. Wow, like fire and explosions and people in that game look amazing.
I wonder how long that campaign is that they had to install it in 2 sections on our Xbox, or if it
I
is,
don't know what that even means.
or if those 2 sections have something to do with whatever reason the campaign does not run as well.
Yeah, or maybe it's just a way to get you in faster. Of like, download the first half of the campaign, and you can start playing. We'll just download the second half while you're playing. Or,
Again, I am only assuming you can do that.
Yeah, I'm
because
not
we never
really.
tried.
There are games you can do that on the
Yep.
Xbox.
Oh yeah, I think Call of Duty specifically has often done the. Do you want to install the co-op or the multiplayer or campaign first?
Or zombies sometimes.
And then it
I think
just-
that was its own thing.
Brings up the other one after. But I don't think you can ever choose to. You know what? Why don't you just leave the multiplayer off? I'm not ever
Yeah,
going to
no,
play
I think
that.
you're right. I think you need the whole game. That's a next gen thing. They're talking big about that for next gen. 127 gigs is fucking insane. If you have like the Xbox came with I have a 500 terabyte drive in my Xbox. That is like a quarter of the drive,
Yeah.
which is nuts. And
That's
it's only
too
going to
much.
get bigger with
Yep.
with patches and DLC and things like that. Install size is never going down. That's crazy. That's so big. All that said, it's super fun. The crossplay seems to work really well. Warren and I were doing that today, and just no problems.
Warren said he got into a few matches with people with keyboard and mouse.
Yeah, he was saying that the first
yeah.
Saturday or whatever it was.
And I was watching some of the kill cam kills against him, and you're just like, oh, that's not fair. That sucks.
That sounds super shitty if you're getting matched.
Yeah.
Cross, like not on your controller scheme.
He was also saying they're having some server issues, so maybe those were going hand in hand a little bit. So
Yeah,
I have
we,
not noticed any keyboard players that I've played against.
We played today and it's been fine. I've been playing on PC with a controller, and I've only played against folks. I have yet to ever see anyone else on the PC using a controller, but I've played against lots of Xbox and PS4 people.
You think there'd be a number of them that are doing it just to play with their friends that never wanted to get a PC?
Yeah, totally. That's what I would have.
Yeah.
That's why
That's what you're doing.
it. Yeah,
Yeah.
totally. And I like to play Call of Duty with a controller. For me, Battlefield's always been a mostly keyboard game. Call of Duty's been a controller game, so it's cool to. I mean, I never got away from that. It's cool to be able to do that on the PC,
Right.
and it just works. Like Warren and I, it just seamlessly works. It's amazing how it kind of feels like every game should have been like this for a very long time. Where like, why is it like? This is the most seamless. This just makes sense. Like, we should get away from this Xbox friends list, and we should. I mean, it sort of sucks to have like, now I have an Activision friends list and an EA friends list or whatever. But like, it took us 1 second of I invited Warren to a game, he joined, we were playing.
Yeah.
It was amazing.
I feel like a lot of that is just step after step of the whole like even like Microsoft branching out more into their PC stuff and shaking hands with Sony over a couple things.
Yeah,
and like,
Sony's crossplay coming out of beta finally.
right. So I feel like we just had to learn how to love.
Yeah,
love
we're,
each other.
We're getting there, you know?
Yeah.
I hope the next... Destiny is the next big one that I would like to see be controller-centric, mouse and keyboard against the whatever. And when
Fuck,
you're
you
like...
almost don't even need...
Only for the PvP. You
Yeah,
need to split
exactly.
that up. Like, let the keyboard players play with the controller players for raids and stuff. Who fucking cares?
Doesn't matter at all. Except for PC players might not... They might be dicks about playing with console people.
Whatever.
Yeah, I'm not
There's-
playing with you
Yeah,
freaking
fucking
controller
controller.
losers.
There's good.
Lamers.
There's aim assist on the controller that makes Destiny feel good. I know everybody's like, there's no aim assist. Call of Duty totally has aim assist on the controller when you're in there. Totally does. And I know people are like, there's no aim assist. You're crazy. I could tell. There's 100% there is aim assist.
It's a miracle how often I miss with the aim assist, though.
Yeah. Well, the good aim assist you don't notice. Good aim assist you never notice, right?
That's
It's still up to you because there is still like it's determined by skill.
Oh, no.
But
I know I'm bad.
compared to raw mouse and keyboard input, there's a good amount of assistance going on.
Me and Warren played a whole bunch of the 2v2 mode.
Oh yeah,
Yeah. Gunfight.
gunfight
Yeah.
sounds right.
It's a bad name for a mode, but
Yeah. It made more sense when you used to have to get the weapons like it was gun. There's a old. It's like a genre almost called gun game where you start with a shitty gun,
And then-
find a better gun, find a better
Right.
gun, find a better gun, find. It made way more sense when it was that like you started with just the pistol and had to find your weapons around the map.
right.
It made way more sense. Now you just get weapons.
You just get 2 weapons, including unarmed as a weapon.
Yeah.
So you
Everybody in the match will get random. It seems randomly assigned
yeah,
the
but
same.
randomly
weapon.
is the same.
Yeah,
The
like-
same weapon. So it's like this round you are unarmed in one slot and a silenced pistol in the other.
Warren-
and you're like, okay.
Warren and I had that happen a bunch, and he refused to shoot. And then he's like, "Get these hands! Get these hands!"
Yeah.
And he's chasing people down.
Yeah,
That's a really weird mode for Call of Duty.
Yeah, it changes the way you play Call of Duty. Like I don't think any other mode that I've played in Call of Duty.
It's 2-on-2, really small maps. You have 1 life each, which is already pretty strange for Call of Duty. And then it's the first to win 5 rounds, and you are like spawning with these random weapons. So I guess weapons aren't even on the map anymore.
No,
like they were in
not,
the beta.
Not in that game. Yeah, it's just you have, and the matches are over in less than a minute. Or the rounds are over in less than a minute
Yeah, it's
usually.
very, very fast, very tight. It reminds me a lot of like indoor paintball in a way, where it's these really, really small maps with like, oh, there's a thing in the middle,
No.
and that's kind of it. Warren and I played a few of them. I like all the Call of Duty right now. I don't know. I haven't like hit a rough edge, or I'm like, oh, what's going on here? It is just It feels like back to basics in a way. Super duper crazy polished basics.
Yep.
Yeah, I have almost no complaints. Even like the gun stuff where like you have to level up a gun to get the sight and all that. I did not pre-order, so I don't know where I've got them, but I have these they're the weapon blueprints, which I don't even really understand, which seem to be like a weapon skin, like literal paint on your weapon, where like mine's got like lightning bolts on it or whatever. But they also give you a full kit of like, it has a scope. It has all the scopes, it seems like, and it has all the muzzles. So pick whichever of any of the attachments you want.
I don't have that.
I only have for a couple. I only have for a couple weapons. I have for like an M4 and a shotgun, and I don't know where I'm getting them. Or
There's something weird about how, so when you get into the game, they kind of prefab 3 loadouts for you, like called Assault and Ghost and something, and then maybe there's more than 3, and you can upgrade those guns, or you can use those guns, but you don't have those guns in your like customizable loadouts yet.
yeah, you can't pick them to use in your own classes.
Right. So there's a lot of like, I honestly feel like for me there are upgrades for a gun that I use in the assault loadout that is making the little green dot that says you have upgrades available for this gun if you want to check them, and I can't get to those upgrades
You haven't unlocked
because I haven't unlocked the gun. So there's
That's
a little
kinda
green dot's
dumb.
just sitting there.
There's a lot of the UI's not great. Is maybe my one complaint where. Like it's double weapon XP and double XP all weekend, but they just don't surface that really. It's like a little thing pops up. It's like double
Right at
weapon
the
XP in the
beginning,
match,
yeah.
and you're like, wait, what? And they said they were working on all that, but you're getting tokens, I guess, like XP tokens, which I don't even know how to access. Like the mission, there are missions in there that you have to go in and select. Of like, I want to do the boot camp mission, which has 5 steps and is like giving you XP for unlocks and stuff, and all that stuff is really, really, really buried in a way that you just kind of have to stumble across and be like, wait, what are missions? What? Oh, I should have done this, because the first one was like, play 1 game,
Yeah.
win 1 game. Like it takes you through the basic steps. And their daily challenges are also just not working right now. So
I was literally about to ask, because I had a daily challenge for get 5 or 10 pistol kills.
yeah.
And I got 4 or something without ever going back to check. I went back to check and it just said 0.
Yeah, they're just not,
yeah.
not working right now. Their
And I cried to
recommendation
Warren,
is
as I do.
uninstall and reinstall the game. I'm like, no, I'm good.
Yeah.
I'll wait for you
will
guys to
figure
fix
this
that.
out. Yeah. I probably wasn't going to get 10 anyway.
Yeah.
So
But it, a little bit of a rocky launch. Servers I heard were a little shite on that first Friday.
no.
But it seems super well put together.
Yep.
I'm very excited to be back playing Call of Duty. I was playing Call of Duty with Warren today like it was fucking 2010.
So, and not to be a downer, I know myself well enough to know that this will last on a multiplayer level. This will last, hopefully, a couple months.
Yeah.
Optimistically a couple months before I am like, I am not having fun anymore because I am not good at Twitch shooters.
Yeah.
And it's the moment the novelty gets back down below the other side of it, which is I'm enjoying it because I'm good at it. That's never happening. But the novelty starts so high when a new game like this comes out that I'm like, yeah, this is. I don't even care that I'm going 3-13. This is fun.
And everybody
then
sucks right now.
Everybody
so
sucks, and then they get good.
Yeah.
I don't get good against the requests of everyone I play against, and then turn the game off.
It's just, that's the video
That's
game
Call of Duty for
trajectory.
me.
That's
Yeah.
a lot of games. I'm hoping it'll be one of those, like, we'll go every few months, It's a thing that our group of friends can all play,
Yes.
which is real dope. Like, maybe it'll get the band back together in a way that I'd love to play some
our,
Call of Duty.
our fucking band ain't never broke up.
I know. I left the band,
Yeah,
a
you
little bit
kind
here
of
and
you
there.
come in when there's something up,
Yeah, exactly.
when we need to really hit the high notes.
So hopefully this is Call of Duty is a high note.
Yeah.
I really like it. I really want to start playing that campaign. That first mission. I think the campaign might be. What's the way to put it? It's. I don't want to say like any events that happen. It seems like they really want to like hold the whole like realism like.
Don't say it like
Combat's fucked up. Well, it seems like that's how they want
That's how
to
it's gonna be,
do
yeah.
it in a way where
Yeah.
like child soldier, whoa, suicide bombers, like all this like very fucked up stuff in real life.
Yeah.
Like no Russian,
Right.
but every level.
And they've been like, it's felt like they were going for that for so long in their promotional stuff, where it was, and it's the voice is bang on, where it's like, oh, this is gonna make No Russian look like fucking a baby playing a ball pit with No Russian, you fucking baby.
And they hit you with a thing when you start. They're like, hey, the realism warning at the beginning. Like, we show some fucked up shit. Are you sure you want to do this? And I will say, I played the first like level of the campaign, which is really just a real short, like you just kind of introduced to the characters almost. And then the next kind of just beginning of the mission. And those levels both might as well have been No Russian so far.
Yeah.
Like they to a fucking T of like. I won't say anything too direct. I'll say that in both missions you hear people going, they're shooting civilians in a way that like I didn't need. No civilian in the real world is going to yell they're shooting. I didn't need you to. I see what we're doing. Okay.
Yeah. They hit you over the head a little bit with how fucking crazy.
We're so fucked up.
I'm excited to play that campaign, but I definitely saw that coming.
Yeah.
Months ago.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now that we're in it, I'm a little. It's a little gross. It feels a little more gross than. No Russian was fine.
No Russian was a moment in time that was just
It was fine.
so
Yep.
out of nowhere at that moment.
Yep.
And I hate them like going back to that No Russian, like we did No Russian. Imagine what we're gonna do next.
Yeah, and they again like, have you played any of the campaign?
No.
Okay. Even the first 10 seconds up to the title card, I'll come back with some more complete thoughts next month.
Yeah, me
next
too. And
week.
honestly, by the time we have another show, I bet you I will have finished that campaign.
Yeah, me as well.
If it tracks as most Call of Duty campaigns do, so
I'm just a little worried, a little apprehensive maybe about that. I'll say that the new Price seems real fucking. He seems like old Price in a way that he might as well just fucking.
Is
Like
this good or bad?
good,
Okay,
like he might as
good.
well just fucking
No.
burn you in the face with his cigar when that game starts. Like, I'm fucking Price. You're like, yeah, you are.
Have you? I don't want to know. Not even gonna ask. Not even gonna ask because I don't want to see your face.
Probably not far enough. What's everybody else been playing? Kevin, what have you been playing? He's about to fall asleep on us here.
I am level 59
Oh shit!
in the old
motherfucker!
World of Warcraft.
Get her done.
I think I'm about a third of the way through.
Okay.
Quarter to a third of the way through. So by next week for sure. Easy level 60.
That's a guarantee.
Yeah.
That's a dangle guarantee.
I mean, I could have hit level 60 today if I would have played more than like an hour and a half, but I had other games that I wanted to play.
That's 100% fair.
Yeah.
What level were you on Friday when you were raiding Molten Core? Whatever day of the week that was.
58.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
I thought you were 60 when you were like, I gotta go Molten Core raid. Like, oh, the man hit 60.
No. I did Onyxia. I killed Onyxia.
Oh, she's easy.
But I did not make the cut for our Molten Core raid.
Wow.
We had like 60 people sign up for the 40-person raid.
Oh shit.
So it's like
It seemed like the wave, like the
have to, like, submit a
casual
resume?
players are all like hitting, like this is where the 60 wave is, like everybody's just getting a 60 unless you were the fucking crazy hardcore people who hit it in a week.
No, not really. I mean, I'd still say probably like a quarter of the player base, probably less than a quarter of the player base is actually level 60.
You think you're ahead of the curve then right now?
I would say I'm probably about average.
Oh yeah.
But maybe 2 or 3 more weeks, but who knows for most of the people to get there.
How was Molten Core? Or how was the next day? Did you guys breathe on Quell Sarar? Do you guys have to do all that shit?
No,
like,
no.
Stop the EPA. We need to kill
none
our...
of the extra stuff. It was super easy. Like
Onyxia's really easy.
The level of how easy the bosses are with the knowledge that comes from the game being out for 15 or 16 years or whatever.
Veterans coming back to kill this bitch.
Yeah. I checked. They posted the Warcraft logs, which is like all the stats of the boss fights for the Molten Core raid. Mm-hmm. They killed Ragnaros in 2 minutes and 31 seconds.
What the fucking shit? What?
Just like that.
That fight used to take... Did that fight not used to take like 40 minutes?
No, it was like 8 minutes.
As long as you one phase it, it's real quick.
Who used to one phase it, you heroes? Nobody in the beginning. Now, yes.
Yeah, first
Sounds
kill.
like Ragnaros has been sitting on his couch, fucking getting fat while you
Getting
guys
fat
have been
over
training.
the last 15 years. That's right. Nobody came into the Molten Core. He just got to sit there in the lava, just eating
bathing in it,
Cheetos.
eh? Yeah.
We brought him back in an expansion of
Yeah,
some
maybe
kind.
like 1 or 2 times, but
he's a mainstay.
Bunch of people kicking the door, and he's fucking using his arm to get up out of the lava, and
Scratching his back with his big hammer.
I thought you guys were gone.
Oh, shit.
yeah. But it seems like my guild massively over-recruited because they didn't know how many people were like going to stick around or go back to retail or stop playing kind of thing. So yeah, now we have way too many people who
Start up a second
wanna
raid. A raid, B raid. You should be the raid leader for B
Fuck
raid, yo.
that.
Oh, bring it back.
No.
You ever lead Molten Core? What's
No.
the biggest raid you've ever led?
I've never been a raid leader.
Not once?
No.
Not even like a 10-man? Nothing?
Not once.
Oh, shit. I used to do our 10-mans.
Did you?
Yeah, you were probably a part of those 10-mans. I used to lead Zulamon for us
I
back in Burning
don't
Crusade.
remember that at all.
I know Bryce was there.
You were lead?
Yeah, for a while. We had somebody, because we could never get it done, and then, I don't remember. I ended up doing it, and somebody told me to switch specs, and a bunch of things happened in 1 week, and we hit every time, where I was like, wow, this is really easy.
Well, weren't you with Trials and Garbage Cans? I thought I was
On Horde. Or no, you're right.
Yeah, we were different guilds.
For sure we did ZA. Maybe you weren't there. I know me, Brandon, Byron, Chris, like
This is not me.
not this Brandon. Our group of Warcraft friends. I know
Oh.
for sure we're all in there.
I was in a good group that got bears every week.
Oh, you're a coward. We eventually got it. We worked our way from nothing. We couldn't even do the raid the first week.
Oh,
Bunch of ragtag misfits.
couldn't get that gong going.
I remember Byron was leading for a while, and it was
Ugh.
just a lot of arguing. And
What
I don't think Byron
expansion
ever
is this?
this is
led.
Burning Crusade, I think, right?
No.
ZA?
ZA's BC, yeah.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure ZA's BC.
Yeah.
Yeah.
End of it. Way end of it.
Because we were doing
that was probably
Karazhan.
long after I quit.
Yeah.
We were totally doing Karazhan and Zulamon, I remember. We used to do both in a night sometimes. We suffer Karazhan nachos sometimes.
Sometimes.
It was real. We used to be, I remember raiding fucking 10 nights a week. 29 hours a day, I think.
That's a lot.
About that.
There's a lot of raiding.
Dedication.
You got to block beams,
That's probably it.
dragon fight, I don't know, nether wing.
Checkmate.
All of those are
Check-
Draw
Man.
aggro.
Sometimes you got Little Red Riding Hood in the play, and you're like, fuck, kill the wolf, everyone.
Yep.
Fire on the scarecrow. That was my job. I had to put fire on the scarecrow.
What language are you speaking?
As Azerothian. Hi, Azerothian.
Yep.
Warcraftian.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I'll hit level 60 probably the next day or so.
And
Depends
stop
on
playing.
You can have
depends
a
on
party.
how
Yeah,
much
it's a good time to install.
depends on how much I play.
We should all come over and have a party.
Yeah, no, that's probably good.
Big 60 part. Let's do it.
Yeah, just bring big 60 sign.
I remember where I was when the first classic person hit 60. This is going to be just as important.
It's true.
That's true.
We were right in this room.
We were.
Yeah.
It's a big
Fuck.
deal.
This room's seen some shit.
Oh, when the first person playing
Yeah.
WoW Classic
WoW
hit 60.
Classic,
Oh,
yeah.
I thought. Oh, sorry. I was thinking like the first 60, 10 years ago or whatever. 15 years
Hey,
ago.
nobody cared then.
Yeah, no.
Nerd.
No.
It's like,
Somebody
Yeah,
probably
you
cares.
don't, yeah.
The first 60 in WoW, that's probably a big deal.
yeah, but it was probably 4 or 5 months after the game launch, so there's no way you can realize that you're the first who hit 60.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, I can't
Yeah.
possibly be the first.
They should have got a title belt, just like in Destiny. You should give him a little digital title belt to wear.
That title belt in Destiny's pretty dope. That title belt in Destiny, physical title belt, not even a digital one. That thing's real.
Yeah, but
Ooh.
don't they get a belt in the
In-game?
character as a cosmetic?
Oh, they better.
Oh, that would be-
I know they get one in
Yeah.
real life.
Well, I almost think the
Belt's better.
Yeah.
So does that mean you're going to try to be the champion in Destiny?
No, my
Sorry,
teammates are too
John.
bad.
Oh,
I'm sorry.
I
It's always the
would've-
teammates'
I would have
fault.
done it.
Yeah.
I would have done it.
Fucking teammates.
The worst.
I could have soloed that raid, but I had to stand on 3 fucking touchpads at the same time just to open the front door.
But yeah, other than that, Eads playing Slay the Spire got me back into Slay the Spire.
Such a good game.
So I've been playing a bunch of Slay the Spire over the last couple days.
Such a fucking good game.
I don't want to wade in over my depth here, but I played a little bit of Slay the Spire.
Oh, shit.
And got through like the first campaign or character that they let you do up through the first trip to the top and beat the first boss.
Nice.
And then
There
they
you
put
go.
me at the bottom of another one, and I was like, this was fun. I'm going to not play this right now.
They only go 3 deep. They don't go forever.
They go 3 deep.
Yeah.
And then
4 deep eventually.
because is that what it, like it's gonna unlock like different what happens?
You'll unlock some new characters who have totally new decks.
Okay.
The 3 decks are very different in a way that is super fun.
So it's 3 decks and
4 decks.
it's 4 decks.
Oh shit, there's 4 decks?
Yeah.
You have to play on the beta version of the game, but yeah, there's 4 decks if you go to the beta.
I don't think I have that. I have the one that comes with Game
What's
Pass.
the new deck?
Purple.
I don't know.
What's
Purple.
what's the
So
you like? Is he a wizard?
You
What is
have
he?
3. She is like some sort of monk or
Okay.
meditative class. So you have 3 stances that you can go into. One is divinity, where you do like triple damage or something. One of them is calm stance, where the only point of calm stance is when you exit calm stance, you get 2 extra actions.
Oh shit.
And the other is anger stance, I believe. And that one, I think you take extra damage.
You just take extra damage.
I think so.
There's no positive.
Yeah.
Just be in the stance if you want. I guess maybe you need
Well,
to
'cause
not
you-
be in one of the other 2 at
Yeah.
some point.
Well, because I mean, you start in calm, you get and then you go to anger, so you get 2 extra things. So transitioning from the calm to the anger, blah.
makes you. I see.
Divinity is you get these. I don't remember what they're called, but you play cards to stack this one thing.
This special token.
Yeah,
of some
this
kind.
special token, and once you get it to 10, then you can enter divinity.
Oh, that seems dope.
Yeah, it's a super cool class.
Slay the Spire is so fucking dope.
It does seem neat. It is like it's one of those games where it's like I can actively tell this is a genre of game I do not like, and I'm having a pretty good time with this. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's for anyone who doesn't know, Slay the Spire is a rogue-like deck building game. I guess you're doing fairly short runs, like maybe like an hour long or something. And you're starting off always with the same deck, and then every time you win a battle, you're picking.
So you get your deck resets if you die.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, you'll always start with the same 8
Starting
or 10
deck.
cards or whatever it is. Yeah, for every like when the red guy has his 10, the green guy has his 10, the blue guy has his 10. And then you're adding 1 of 3 cards, and almost like a Binding of Isaac, you're getting different relics that have different effects. Where some of them are just like they are completely across the scale. Where
Yeah.
they all do different things.
And those are procedurally generated.
Yeah, they're random to a point. There are some class specific ones you'll only see as the deck you are, where like you'll never
Right.
get the red guy's relic, which won't do anything for you as the green
Right.
guy or whatever.
That's not entirely true. Some relics let you get cross relics.
And cross
Oh shit! You have to get a relic that lets you get cross relics. Wow. But there are like I don't know a ton of like 100 of them. Like so many that like Binding of Isaac. A lot of the joy is like getting random relics and like, wow, this thing. It always Slay the Spire for me is the thing I love about the most is it always feels like you are on the cusp of completely breaking the game, of completely becoming so overpowered that you're like, I just win.
Yeah.
I've achieved infinite energy.
Yeah.
And you're never quite there. You're always just like a little bit
Just
behind that.
One more relic would
Yeah.
really bust this thing wide open for me.
But because it's a single player game, because it's run based, you really can run into some situations where you just flat out have a deck that infinitely kills there is a 5-card setup you can get where you just win every battle. You just win the game because you have the perfect cards, which is super fun trying to achieve that in different ways.
What's the minimum amount of cards you can have? 5?
I have no idea.
You can have one.
You go
Yeah,
nothing.
you can.
Oh, really?
So a big part of the game is removing cards from your deck, removing either bad or those basic shitty cards.
I think there's
I won with those basic shitty cards.
That's all you need.
I think there's an achievement for winning the game with one card in your deck.
I had a deck today with 4 cards where if I could have removed the 3rd card, I couldn't have lost, but I could not quite get to removing the card I needed. But
So what is it like? What is a 3-card deck that beats everything look like in concept?
It would be there's a lot of green cards that are like, if you've done this, then gain energy and draw a card. And if your deck is empty, when you draw a card, it just reshuffles the thing. So you get into a state where there's a card. You need a little bit of setup where it's like, I have this thing, I discard a card, which activates this other thing. But basically, I cast this card that says, if you've discarded a card, gain 2 energy, deal 10 damage, draw a card. And because it's the only card in my deck, I just keep take 2, or take 10.
Your turn
take
never
10.
ends?
No, your turn never ends.
Okay,
Take
gotcha.
10, take 10, take 10, take 10, take 10. Next person, take 10, take 10, take 10.
It makes sense.
But I had one too many fucking cards. So sometimes I only had the coin toss. I only had 50% chance of drawing the card that let me draw more cards, and I couldn't quite get rid of the. But it always feels like you're just on the cusp of breaking that game, which is so fucking fun. I really, really love it. I keep trying to do the green poison.
Yeah,
deck build. There's no poison cards tonight. I never get poison cards.
I had a poison run a few hours ago earlier today, and yeah, I got all the poison cards and just steamrolled everything.
Super fun when it happens.
Then there was another run that I did where I got the card that doubles the number of poison on a character.
Oh yeah.
And then proceeded to take it because I'm like, I'll draft into poison.
Hell yeah.
Didn't get anything. No. Just a dead card.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Yeah, that feels bad. Taking a truly dead card feels
Yeah.
really bad.
What you said there are 3 trips up the map per campaign?
Yeah, three
Per
like
Yeah,
run?
go through a thing, hit a boss, heals you to full, go through it, hit a boss, heals
Gotcha.
to full, go
Okay.
through, hit a boss, heals to full.
I was when I uninstalled, apparently if you play on the beta version and then uninstall your game and then go back to the beta, it deletes all your progress.
That's mean.
Oh, that's fucking blows.
Apparently there's a workaround to it where you have to like go and get your save file out of the single player cloud and like move it to the beta version of the game or something like that. Colin was saying there's a way to do it, but
That'd probably be worth your time.
Nah, fuck it.
Get all those unlocks and everything back.
I've already got all the red guys unlocks done already.
Yeah.
So
there's still 2 more classes though. They're slow. You know?
What are you? What's the progression like from like death to death? Like, what are you keeping from run to run?
Nothing.
Nothing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Absolutely nothing.
You are unlocking
The only thing
new-
you unlock is basically like new decks to start games with.
Well, you're unlocking new cards and relics that will show up in your run, but you're always starting with the same 10
Right, okay.
basic cards.
The only difference is at the very start of your run, you get that little whale dude who gives you a buff of some sort.
Sure.
So if it's your first time playing, he only gives you an option of 2. If you beat the first floor, the next time you'll get 4 different options. And then each time you beat the first floor, it'll stay at 4. But if you die on the first floor,
Goes back.
it'll go back to 2.
Gotcha.
You just need to get to the first boss. You don't even need to kill them.
Oh, you just need to get to the first boss?
Yeah.
Okay.
I killed his ass.
Depends which boss
Fuck
you
that
get.
guy.
Sometimes they're easy, sometimes they're really fucked.
Yeah, there's like
This guy was
3
like-
different ones for
Draw
each
that hexagon one every time.
My guy turned into like he would go into like a spiky shell.
Oh yeah, that big fucker. Changes modes.
Yeah,
It's a great game.
Guy's good.
I'd party with him.
Slay the Spire. Can't recommend it enough.
Yeah.
The Champ. There's a boss called the Champ
That's pretty good.
He's my favorite one to fight because he sucks.
Shit, he's good sometimes.
Yeah, I
Fucking-
Actually,
the TRWL
I
Champ.
think,
He ain't all that.
I think he was the one that I played when I lost my poison run because I had him at like 115 poison or something like that.
Jesus.
And when he gets to 25% hit points, he cleanses all the debuffs off himself and then starts going like super crazy damage mode.
That's right.
And I'm sitting
like
there,
Hulk
I'm like,
Bree mode.
Yeah.
you were supposed to die this turn, but now I have to start restacking all the poison. Then I just couldn't.
You just
do
had
it.
to try to have this conversation with him,
Yeah.
explaining
From
why.
one champ to another.
Yeah.
Can we maybe work
I
this
didn't
out?
know
Maybe
you were
forget
gonna do
about
that.
this, like, but yeah, a lot of it is like knowing what the enemies do, because a lot of the enemies have the same attack patterns. Like a lot of them aren't random at all.
Right.
So just realizing, okay, well, I know with this attack happening this time, I know that next attack is going to be this attack.
Or like spells. You recognize they all have different spells. Or whatever. Like, oh, the ooze guy covers me in ooze. This is his
that's
spell. The
fucked
bird guy buffs himself. And it's a great game. Slay the Spire. It's on everything now. Game Pass, Switch, all the consoles.
But yeah, that is pretty much all I played. Played a little Magic Arena.
Woo.
Chipping away at the old dailies.
Yeah, did a couple drafts. Did 3 drafts this week. Went 7-0 in my first one.
Oh!
Can you believe it?
And then 3-3.
Ooh.
And then 6-3.
Oh,
Nice.
that's
Yeah.
one away.
One
Still
away.
good.
Almost.
It's
But
big,
yeah.
big profit, right? If you get 7-0 in a draft, that's you keep all your cards. And do you keep all your cards in the drafts? You do, right?
Yeah, you keep all your cards. I think you make...
You make more gold than, or you make blue gem. You make premium currency.
Yeah,
or something.
you turn 5,000 coins, which is the free-to-play currency, into 2,100 or 1,800 gems. I don't remember.
It's so weird. That's
So
so.
much.
It's crazy that one of the things you get for winning that mode is you convert the free-to-play currency into the premium currency.
Yep.
I always thought was really fucking strange. I think you make a little bit as well. I think you get a little bit.
You can earn
It's-
money playing this game.
Yeah.
No.
No.
Oh,
You
yeah,
can't-
not
can't
really.
sell
It's
any
all
of
in the
cards.
system.
Oh,
You can't. Yeah, you can never cash it out, unfortunately.
Yeah.
that's weird.
Unless you
sell your account.
sell your Magic Arena account, yeah.
And even then, that'd probably be. I
Yeah,
don't know.
not worth it.
Bryce, what have you been playing? Anything?
Oh, Magic.
Matt,
Speaking
I
of,
love Magic.
Right?
What do you close up? You just do some stage prop
Oh, yeah, it's
bits
some-
here.
Put
Yep.
the sword through the lady.
Oh, some cock magic for sure.
I
Did you say?
see.
Did you say cock magic?
No South Park fans. It's fine.
I see.
Duh.
I'm watching cock magic every night on what?
Did you try any Brawl?
No, I didn't do any of the Brawl yet.
Okay.
I think it's probably done by the time this goes up.
Maybe.
I think it might be done tonight.
Just a weekend event.
Yeah, I think
That's
so.
like the big launch for it because it's going to be a big deal.
Oh,
Are you guys
really?
talking about a Magic Arena brawl or a cock magic brawl? What do we?
A little bit of both.
Okay.
Yeah, 2 for 1
All
here.
right.
No, there's a new mode in Magic Online. Magic Arena, sorry.
Yep.
Yes, 'cause Magic Online still exists
yes.
as a
Yes.
separate bad
it's
thing.
it's like the Commander. So
Oh, okay.
you build a Commander deck. It's a singleton format. You can only have one of each card in your deck.
Niv Mizzet is my commander.
That's one of them. Yeah,
Yep.
yeah.
He's great.
One
5
of the-
colors.
One of the
Karn.
best. No,
Ted-
card bad.
Urza.
No.
What?
He's not. He's not in standard.
Oh, these are only standard.
Yeah, that's
There's
why-
not like
yeah.
commanders across the. Like,
Well,
oh,
you-
Richard Garfield or whatever.
No,
No.
You can play the Legacy mode or whatever it is called in Magic Arena.
Yeah, where everything is allowed.
Yeah.
I know
Yeah.
what you mean.
But yeah, I haven't delved into it yet.
What was the brawl, Bryce?
What?
Did you brought up the brawl? What was the brawl?
Oh, yeah.
What was the magic brawl?
Oh,
Or do you know?
yeah, it's Commander. So
Oh, sorry. That
they're
is the
same
commander
thing. So
mode.
yeah,
I'm
Commander
with you.
is absolutely everything at all times. But Brawl is new format where it's only standard cards.
Oh.
Yeah. So it's neat.
Is that just standard? I'm sort of not getting it.
So yeah, the recent 6 or 7 sets, whatever it is, those are the only cards you can use to make your 100-card singleton.
Right, and you have one special card that comes out
In the
beside.
you remove from game that
Yeah,
you can
okay,
play.
okay.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
back with you.
yeah.
All right.
Yep.
It's a standard mode of the Magic format called Commander.
Yes.
Got it.
Yep. It's cool. It's great. Check it out.
Known card game lover Brandon Lynch. Yeah, you remember the old podcast like him with the cards.
That's right.
Mm-hmm.
I had the cards.
Maybe you'd like Pioneer, the new Magic format
I like,
coming.
If it's got cards, I'm your man.
Right?
What's Pioneer?
So you've heard Modern, where it had cards from Mirrodin all the way to current.
Okay.
Now Pioneer is going to be from Return to Ravnica to current.
Oh.
Because Modern got too big.
Okay.
And they're banning the fetch lands. So
okay. So it's just different like time gaps of Magic you can play.
Yeah. Like we had tier point 5 or T.5, T1, T2 before.
It might as well just
Then
be
modern
years
extended,
now. It might
yeah.
as well just be like, oh, everything from 2009 to now you can play in this one. Everything from 2005 to now you can play in this one.
But Pioneer.
Great.
Why that
We
name?
need more formats, please.
We do.
More formats.
Oh, formats.
There's only 18,000 different ways to play Magic right now.
Well, we need 18,001, otherwise it's not worth it.
Not
Yep.
nearly enough.
Gonna lose interest.
Yep.
Need to keep it hot and fresh.
Especially with Legends of Runeterra on the...
Seems so meh.
I want to try it. I think it looks fun.
Yeah.
I haven't looked into any of it at all, so I kind of wanted to. I was looking on Twitch to see if there was anyone playing it, and in a way that makes sense to someone watching it who has no idea what the game is. And I couldn't find anyone who was explaining it to the noobs.
They did a little bit better job explaining it to noobs than the Artifact launch.
Yeah, the Artifact launch was
such a gong
hilarious.
Just jump right in the middle of a game. Don't explain how people get cards or mana or what the
Yeah.
fuck's happening in any of the 3 lanes. They just go.
The best part about the Artifact launch was when the commentators were saying, like, hey, maybe we should start explaining these games so that people who don't know how to play understand. And they're like, yeah, that's a great idea. Let's do that with the next game. And then they never do it.
I think maybe not the best. My favorite part of the Artifact launch was when they announced Valve was making a new game and it said Artifact the Dota card game, and there was an audible "oh" throughout the auditorium.
Oh.
Magic, Bryce.
Yep.
What else?
Mario Kart Tour, still great. How dare you? How dare you? It is fantastic.
It looks alright. I saw my brother playing a bunch of it this week.
I like Mario Kart.
Sure.
I'm free to play-ish.
You have a cell phone.
I have a cell phone.
Sure.
Colin's a whale.
Yeah. How much money's Colin spent? Do we think?
I think he said 90 now.
$90.
$90.
More than just going and buying a fucking Mario Kart.
Yes.
Yes.
At what point does it become, if you could go buy a Switch and a copy of Mario Kart to just play full Mario Kart 8, is that too much?
But you can play this with your friends and have larger
play Mario Kart 8
scores
with my
than your
friends.
friends.
I could have larger scores on the... I mean, I couldn't, but people could have larger scores than their friends on the Switch.
There's no scores on the Switch.
Yeah, there is.
You get first through 8,
you play
that's
the
it.
multiplayer, and that stupid 4-digit number, which makes no fucking sense, just goes up sometimes.
Oh.
If you're really bad, it's 3 digits.
I don't think I've ever... I don't think
know
I've
there was
ever
an
honestly
alarm.
seen
Never
anyone with
seen-
3
never seen
digits.
it.
Brando's like, well, don't look at my fucking gamer card. Let me tell you.
14.
Yeah, it's the most Nintendo matchmaking rating system ever, where it is just a 4-digit number
And
that
it
goes
means
up when
nothing.
you win.
Yeah.
Oh.
It is like an indication.
It's a function of how much you've played.
Yeah, I mean, somewhat, because it can go down, so you do need to be.
You got to be like.
You need to be good.
Really bad for it
Yeah.
to go down, though.
But I think it's like, yeah, it's like only like the bottom 5 in each race in a 12-person race actually lose points. So
Oh.
I suck ass at Mario Kart. Like, I can barely fucking stay on the road. I'm like your grandfather trying to play these days. And even my score did not go down below 4 digits.
Okay.
So what does it start at?
1,000, I think.
Then it.
Or like
There
1,100. Like a
there
weird
should be
number.
more. Yeah, I was gonna say there should be more people who are 3 digits if it starts at 1,000.
But if only the bottom 5 go down, the
There
people
should
with
still
3
be a-
digits will be less. There theoretically every day more people get 4 digits and less get 3. The amount of points is increasing if more than half the people.
get points.
Get
Yeah,
points.
but also there's people in the middle that get no points. I think it's supposed to be relatively
Yeah, maybe.
50-50, but I don't know.
Seems hard to rank
It's a
down.
dump. Like, I don't fucking care. I've never
no
looked
sense.
at any of those numbers that popped up and thought a thing in my head.
Nope.
They have never caused my brain to be like, oh, that guy's good or that guy's bad.
It's like, oh, he's played a lot.
It's like
I
that guy
guess.
has a number.
Yeah.
Yep.
What are they doing with their online? What are they
The
even
Smash numbers make sense.
I don't know what those are.
Nope,
You
not
they
really.
make a little bit of sense. Everyone starts at 500,000. If you win, you're probably going to get to 2 million. If you lose, you're going to go down to about 100,000.
Nope.
That's like Mario Kart.
Makes perfect sense.
those are bigger numbers, but that's Mario Kart,
Yeah.
basically.
fitting with their like the way they organize the Smash multiplayer.
Yeah.
Fucking, it's like people who've never seen the internet before tried to design this online matchmaking.
Do you know what I like about Call of Duty is they don't put your deaths on the fucking
that's nice,
screen
eh?
until the very end when
Yeah,
you see how
see it.
shitty you did, but you don't.
That boosts your
you-
confidence.
Yeah, you think you're doing all right until the fucking 17
Feels way
deaths
better.
come out.
Feels way. It's the Overwatch thing of
Yeah.
like If you just don't surface the shittiness, because then you can't get mad at your team. Also,
Yep.
if someone's like, "You only have 4 kills," you're
I mean,
like,
you
"Yeah,
can
but
at the end.
Yeah, at the end,
Yeah.
but by then you're already gone.
Yeah, you're
so long,
fucking
so
out
long,
of it.
nerds.
Yeah.
Someone's like, "You only have 4 kills." You're like, "Well, I've only got 0 deaths. I've been playing a long game, working on kill streaks,
Yeah.
or whatever."
And then it pops up and you have 22 deaths. So
Just kidding.
out the door.
Peace.
It's funny you say that about Overwatch because I honestly believe that is my favorite system that they've ever come up with for that kind of stuff, where they're just giving like gold, silver, or bronze medals out, and they are changing as the game goes on. And at worst, you're like, oh, I don't have any medals. Maybe your team's just doing really good. You're not in the top 3 in anything, but it's not hitting you over the head with oh boy, if it wasn't for you, you guys had won this game by now.
It's very glass half full.
Yeah. You can do the math in Call of Duty and be like, if I didn't show up today and that was a blank spot, my team might have won.
Yeah. What were we even talking about? I forget. Something Mario Kart on your phone. Mario Kart 2.
Wales.
Tour and Wales.
$90.
Yep.
The price of a full video game. Could have bought Outer Worlds for that much.
Yeah.
You can get Outer Worlds for free.
Right?
Death Stranding for that much. Well, for $1.
Yeah.
I mean, for even for free if you know where to
Spend money where you like.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah. Vote with your dollar.
He certainly is.
And it's great.
More
Check
cell
it
phone
out.
games.
Yes.
That's right.
I have a phone.
I'm very close to getting that Apple Arcade.
I've heard good things.
I had to clear it with my work to make sure I could upgrade my phone that far.
Free. Is that covered
No,
by
I would
you?
have to pay for the.
Oh,
it's
I
all
see.
tied to my Apple account,
Yeah.
so I have to pay for the things that I get.
I've heard really good shit about that Apple Arcade.
Me too.
Like,
And I've
really
seen,
good value.
I've seen like several games where I was like, well, that's worth the first like. I'll play those months or those games, and it'll take me the 6 months worth of paying, and then I can make a call in 6 months.
Yeah. You should play. I don't know if it's on. It might not even be on there.
Mm-hmm.
Space Plan. You play Space Plan? It's a
Space Bound or Space Plan?
plan.
No.
It's a it's a short. It's like a clicker with a story. It's a short clicker. Like 4 or 5 hours long. It's really good.
It might be on there.
Might be
I know all of the games on there are not. They have no
micro.
microtransaction mechanics. So.
Boo.
Yeah, sorry, Kev.
There's a free version of Space Plan you can play on PC if anyone wants to play it at home, which is fucking dope. Which is where I played it. It's like 3 or 4 hours long. I really like those. I like watching the number get bigger.
Venture capitalist.
I
the one I played?
like venture capitalists a lot.
Yeah.
I like those games.
Played the Lemonade one too. Is that the same one?
They're
I can't
all
remember.
the same one.
Maybe.
They all start as Lemonade Stand.
Paperclip's another one. I've sort of started to like the ones that don't literally go forever, but have like an end where you're like, okay, it's like in 6 hours or whatever, I can see the end approaching.
Sure.
Maybe they're telling you a story.
The best is when they do that, and then you realize, oh, this is just the beginning.
What else you play, Bress?
Nope.
That's you. You played Nope.
Yeah.
You played this year's hottest release. Nope.
Yes.
That's where every letter is on a foot, and you have to push them all
I've
to
been
make
too
them end.
busy for video games.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just casual stuff. Yep.
Well, I don't have any time for that. Brando.
Good.
Yeah, I didn't. Well, we talked about what I played. I played a little bit more, or not more. I don't think I've been on the podcast. I restarted Ori and the Blind Forest.
Oh, good.
Well, I'm playing the definitive edition for the first time. Because I know that new one's supposed to be coming out next year. And I had nothing to play until Friday when everything came out. And now I probably
Now we
won't
have
touch Ori.
everything to play.
Yeah, now I probably won't touch Ori again. So, I've been watching a lot of TV.
Yeah, getting all finished up there.
Yeah, I crushed through Barry. Which is fucking really good.
I haven't seen the end of season 2 yet, but I'm right there.
I watched the first episode of that new Watchmen show.
Yeah, that's fun.
Watchmen.
What'd you think of that? I watched that also.
It was good. I don't really have a whole lot of history with the
Seen the
Watchmen. I've seen the movie. It was so long. It was when it came out.
Yeah.
And not since then. And I remember most of that movie, me being confused because I didn't have any backstory for that one either.
Oh yeah, the movie is. I really like the movie. I know the movie doesn't resonate with everybody. I really like the movie.
You had the big dick, the big
Huge
blue dick.
blue dick in that movie.
That was memorable.
You should rewatch that movie. Maybe the movie you should rewatch that movie. You should rewatch that movie.
I did a lot of Wikipedia-ing to kind of fill in where this takes place and what. This is not like a reboot of the original source material and that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
But it probably would still serve me well to
is it a reboot? So I also did all the same Wikipediaing,
No, it
and the
seems
best I
like-
could find was that it is a reboot, but it takes place. The events of the original Watchmen happened, I guess, but
Yeah,
this
which
is a reboot of that source material. But it is a follow up. It is not based on any graphic novel. It is original.
Yeah, I was more thinking of it more as a like sequel show in the fact that like the events of the movie happened.
Which they sort of a version of the events
Right.
of the movie seem to have happened.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Did the octopus attack instead?
We don't know. We don't know. But
Not
that all
at liberty
happened.
to say.
That thing, because it's modern day, and they show Dr. Manhattan is the character in the world. We don't know what he's doing.
Rorschach is a
Very different Rorschachs.
yeah,
and
very.
I love New Rorschach. Oh, we should do a spoiler cast just about New Rorschach.
I mean, we don't know a whole lot about him yet. There's only one episode, all right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
But I like him a lot.
You like what they're doing with him?
I like his mask. I
just
really
want-
fucking
ju-
like his new mask.
Just so I'm clear, was he the guy in the cabbage truck?
See the guy in the which story?
The cabbage truck.
I would call it the guy in the shiny mask. Is who I think of as like
Gotcha.
capital R Rorschach.
Gotcha. Okay.
It's
I'm with you.
yeah. You guys should just talking about that scene gives me chills. Fuck, do I love New
That
Rorschach?
was good. That was good.
You should maybe consider watching some Watchmen.
I'm gonna maybe watch that movie.
Who's lowercase r Rorschach then?
Everyone.
I don't want to say.
Oh.
You should go watch the show. They
There's,
get
there's a little lowercase r in all of us.
there's a lot of good. You take that back. It seems like they're doing a weird reboot where some things are the same and some things aren't, and it seems
Yeah,
very different.
Part of me was like, because part of me, the very first thing I thought of was like, oh, I should go watch that Watchmen movie before I get into this.
Yeah.
And then part of me also thought, I was like, that might just confuse me when this seems like it is a separate enough thing where maybe I would be better served to go into it with nothing.
Yeah,
But
I'm super
not
not,
sure.
clear on that either.
Yeah.
I just really love that. I love the Watchmen. Also, they don't do giant octopus in the movie, Bryce. That's only the graphic novel.
I know. That's why I asked.
I like. Oh, that's a good ask. I like the movie take better.
It is.
In
way
my
better.
head, the movie take is so much more dope.
Yes.
So I'm not going to see a giant octopus in the movie.
Maybe in the TV show.
No,
though.
there's no giant octopus in the movie.
At least not in that movie.
Yeah, they changed. They swerved from what the comic books did a little bit. There's still a disaster. It's just not a giant octopus.
Right.
'Cause that's not very scary.
It'd be scary. No, it'd totally be scary. It'd totally be scary.
So
I
is
guess
he in the
depends
sea
how
or is he in
gigantic it
space?
is.
It's just the one they
Yeah.
chose makes way more sense.
Yes.
And like the way that impacts the characters is way more interesting than like I don't know, it's a fucking space monster.
It's more like a blowfish.
Yeah, it's a little more like a blowfish.
Giant blowfish would be scary.
Giant
Oh, yeah.
blue space blowfish.
Yeah. I watched a new Breaking Bad movie. Watched Chernobyl.
Was your first time seeing Chernobyl?
That was my first time.
Oh, yeah.
I saw the first episode of Chernobyl when it was more topical,
Wrapped her up.
and then I fucking wrapped her up.
That's a real good watch.
Yeah.
Real harrowing. Nobody feels happy after watching
No,
Chernobyl,
no.
but
Yeah, I think that's it.
yeah.
But it is definitely, I'm fucking just cruising.
This is it.
Yeah, I even am not. I'm watching some shows that I should be watching better, where I'm like playing games and watching them on my laptop
I got no
beside me.
time.
Yeah, where I'm like, I'm gonna either watch it this way or I'm not gonna watch it. So
We're so close. Death Stranding.
Barry was fucking great.
Yeah, Barry's so good.
People should watch Barry, and it's a 8-hour commitment to get through 2 seasons. So
It's Bill Hader showing some range. Bill Hader, traditionally funny man Bill Hader,
being
showing
the least funny character in that show.
a
Probably.
lot of. This sounds so fucking shitty. A lot of real acting.
Ooh.
I wouldn't call SNL. Like, listen, Bill Hader, love him to pieces. I don't know if I'd call it the SNL, the comedy skit stuff, quote, real acting. Wait, it is. That's a bad thing to say.
Yeah.
You know what I
It's
mean?
different
though.
acting.
Dramatic acting, like
Yeah.
pulling on your heartstrings. His that fucking Shakespeare speech in the first one, whatever. I don't even remember, Macbeth or whatever.
Yep.
The Queen is dead.
Queen is dead.
Oh,
That's
that
his
show's
only
so
line.
fucking good.
Henry Winkler.
Henry
Fucking
Winkler.
an artist in that film, movie, show. Not sold on Henry Winkler. There's
I'm not
just
so
a
on
great
Barry.
cast.
I tell
Henry-
people to skip on Barry.
Henry, you tell me to skip on Barry? You
Yeah.
haven't seen Barry.
I've seen 3 episodes of Barry, and that's
Didn't
enough.
do it for you. Eh?
Didn't do it for me.
That
the nice
surprises
thing
me.
is that only took you an hour and a half of your life.
That really
yeah, that's not
surprises me.
bad. A lot of people they're committed as soon as they watch like 1 or 2. But no,
It was
I
like-
am great at abandoning shows.
I felt like before I could
So
even,
am I.
I felt like before I could even decide if I liked Barry, I was like, oh, I'm on a 7th of 8 episodes.
Yeah. Oh, it's, wow.
It's
These
like,
are.
wow, those just flew by.
Yeah, they're super short.
No.
Even all the like they do like some improv exercises that we had to do in radio class in a way that like this is so fucking
Stupid.
This
Yeah.
fucking Henry Winkler is like miming someone doing the same shit at them.
Yeah.
It's very
It's
good.
good. He is the like the eyes that we all have looking at theater, being like, this is fucking weird.
And he's also like just a sexual deviant in that. He's tremendous. What a great show. You should give him more time, Bryce. I think the Fonz, Henry Winkler,
He's great.
Fonzie.
He'll get you.
He was the one draw.
Hey.
Nah.
Hits the jukebox.
Does he?
Always fixes it.
Yep.
Well, that's all I played.
That's
also,
all I played.
yeah. There's a
And
new
watched.
Underlords update. It's very different. You should check it out if you're into that type of thing.
Nope. Check out TFT update.
Don't check out TFT. update. You want to support China?
Wrath of the Elements.
You want to support Tencent? All right, check out TFT. You want to support freedom? America? Underlords.
Canada.
Which ripped off Blizzard, which is China.
Oh shit! Yeah, but it was a use map setting for is Ice Frog. What is Ice Frog's heritage? Is he Chinese? We need to know.
Yep. It always trickles down to China.
Let's take a quick break here, and then we'll come back. Do the news. See you here on the other side of this musical break. I must be. Hello, if there's anybody in chat. I haven't looked at all today.
I'm just running down our names.
Hell yes.
Seeing how many
Got restitution,
Wrestling.
revolution,
Oh,
resolution,
I like
renovation.
I like ramification.
Right? Ramification.
The Talking Reckless Wrestling League presents Ramification.
And favorite one right at the end here, running like butter. What's happening in the chat? 27 peoples.
Don't you have anything better to do?
Right?
Mm-hmm. No kidding, eh?
Uh-huh.
Tiger Woods won a fucking golf tournament.
Again?
Yep.
Hot damn.
Shit, there's golf going on in October?
Oh, it's perfect
Fuck,
golf
they just
season.
go where the sun is. Go over to Australia when it starts getting cold.
Wherever they're playing, it must be at least 15 degrees out.
That's perfect golfing.
Perfect golfing weather, yeah. Baseline. Get that baseline.
Seems a little chilly.
It does seem a little chilly.
It's a callback.
Oh, I've been booted.
Oh, sorry. Big boot. Is anybody even in chat? Did anybody open the chat?
Ecstasy of Gold 92. Fabulous and Dabulous.
Wow, what a nerd.
I don't know who's that.
Ecstasy of Nerds.
Oh!
93.
92. Terrible year.
93 is a bigger number than 92.
Boom!
That makes it better, yeah. Wait, what if we go to 94?
Oh, no.
Never go to 94. Never go to 94. Joe, let's come back. Talk about a news story.
I got chicken wings with my name was on them.
Top story tonight. Those strange happenings in Edmonton City. Local man found chicken wings with the name Brandon Lynch emblazoned on the side. We go now to Brandon Lynch.
I immediately ate them.
Ooh,
It seemed like they were made for me.
lucky man.
Destiny that you got those chicken wings.
Mm-hmm.
Powerful words from Brandon Lynch.
And then fucking just a flood of other Brandons came running up looking for them.
You fools. Let's do a little video game news. Fallout 76, the 78th game in the Fallout series. The gift that keeps on giving. Mm-hmm. Unless you're someone who actually tries to play Fallout 76, in which case, I'm so sorry. They've announced a paid subscription service. What are you looking at the wrong?
Yep, I was looking at last week's notes.
They announced a paid subscription service called Fallout First. Fallout 76, if you have been living under a rock regarding video game news, well, I mean, really, got started off with the whole announcement at, I think it was an E3 with Todd coming out in the jacket. And, our games have bugs sometimes, I guess.
Watch this with you.
Oh, yeah.
And we were dumb enough, I would say, to be like, that looks like, hey, what if we got into that?
We give them the benefit of the doubt until
Yeah.
they, Todd's never steered us wrong. Oh, geez. And then they had the bag thing, or bag gate, where the canvas bags with the helmets didn't go out. And then they had the thing where if you wore the helmets, you would die because they were full of mold.
Right.
All
this not including the information leak they also had where people could like change tickets.
Yep, forgot about that one.
Yeah.
The personal info leak. So now they have a paid subscription service called Fallout First, $13 a month, or you can get for $100 a year, presumably if you buy a full year. Here are the membership benefits. You get private worlds. Play in a private world exclusively for you and up to 7 friends.
Okay.
Well, that's cool.
It seems really neat. I don't understand what I thought that this was cool because there was other people there.
Well, yeah, you have up to 7 other friends. So you and there's 8 people. That's a lot of people.
I'm with you.
Okay.
Fallout 76 seems neat. Of like, I'm playing Fallout and look, oh, there's another Wastelander. Whoa, hey, I want to interact with this person like it's an MMO, and maybe we'll fight or maybe not.
Like I thought this was going to be like a like you get to play with all the other people who are paying, which means you take it seriously. Which, as shitty as that would be, I was like, okay, that kind of makes sense. Like you fucking leave the riffraff. Like I bet you the people who are paying are like, this is great. Now we don't have to deal with all those people who just come in fucking trolling around, fucking being shitty. But no, so you just idiot.
Renting a private server basically is the idea.
Yeah.
It turns out that private server not actually private. We'll get
What?
anyone can just join off your friends list on that private server. Private servers, the thing that you are is billed top of this membership benefits, not working.
I mean, it says
Cross that one
for
off.
you and up to 7 friends. So
Yeah,
they're on your
private
friend
world.
list.
Private
so
world
they can
being-
join the
You don't
world.
get to choose the 7.
So if it's
the
anything,
first 7 to jump
Kick
in.
them off your friends list then if you don't want to play with you.
not knowing how it goes on PC, what I can assume from this is on the Xbox, you can go, just like for the same reason you have to appear offline if you're playing Red Dead, or else griefers can just follow you by going into players. Because in the Xbox, friends are non-consensual. I can be your friend, which just means I like follow your activity. And they can just keep following you in a way that you like literally have to go and appear offline. And even then, if they're really adamant, they can totally still fucking follow you. I would assume is exactly what's happening here. You get a scrap box, which is unlimited storage for crafting components to save your own. Unlimited storage for crafting components in your own new scrap box container.
Well,
That seems useful.
That sounds great. Yeah. Put all your crafting stuff in one spot.
Hell yeah.
It probably doesn't take up weight because it's probably because it's a paid item.
That's right. Unlimited inventory. Put
Unlimited
everything in there.
inventory space. Yeah.
I don't like to be encumbered.
That's not
Exactly.
why.
No, for sure.
I would definitely pay for that if I were into this game. Turns out the scrap box is eating everything that's put into it. Yeah, cross that one off. Bethesda's recommendation to fix it: uninstall and reinstall the game. That might help. I don't know.
It seems to be
Maybe.
a lot of people's recommendation.
It's on again. Yeah.
Try it.
Turn it off and on again.
As a man who that process would take him a whole day
Yep.
for most of these games.
And a bandwidth cap if you're in an area where that's a thing.
Yep.
So the scrap box, another main thing of like, you're paying money to have us delete your stuff. There's a survival tent, which is a new placeable fast travel point with a stash, sleeping bag, and more for your basic needs. I haven't heard how that is fantastically
Hopefully
broken.
it's not
but-
eating the things that go inside it.
It's
Yeah.
probably like a one-time use. You can put the tent down once, and then you'll have a fast travel point at that point, but never can pick it up.
It makes your Xbox short out in a way that just fuses the power box in your house and it burns down. You get some atoms. You get 1650 atoms per month using the Atomic Shop. You get an outfit.
It's like an allowance
It is, yeah, it is. It is a stipend
that
of
you are
atoms.
paying for.
That's right. And they give you some unique icons and emotes only available to members. But the two main gameplay impacting features, I don't know what the survival tent really makes or breaks. Private worlds and the scrap box, the two things. And again, on Fallout 76, where you really had a hell of a run, you maybe want to try to tighten some things up, maybe dot some I's, cross some T's,
Yeah.
maybe try to
Let's hit one out of the park here. Let's
Yeah.
fucking go in with a fresh
Well,
set.
hold on,
restore
hold
a
on.
little bit of faith, maybe.
Yeah.
If we sell, let's say we sell 10,000 of these memberships.
Let's say.
Let's say,
Yeah.
let's say we sell
You can sell
10,000.
10,000 copies of Fallout.
Now we can afford to fix the errors that are bundled with this package that we just sold.
Oh, get the money first.
Get the money
Use the
first.
money to buy the stuff that the people want.
That's right. It's Amazon.
It's perfect.
Their Fallout is operating how Amazon does.
Yeah, we didn't even have this book you ordered. We
That's
just
right.
took your money and went to the chapters and bought it and sent it to you.
Did Fallout come out last year? It was last year,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Something like that. Still incredible that almost a calendar year later, over a calendar year, I guess, because it did come out in October. I think it did. We're like right on a year now.
Yeah, sometime in fall it came out.
I feel bad for anyone who bought this game and got caught up in this whole whirlwind of shit and lost money through it. But I will say, as someone who did not put a dime into this, I feel like the enjoyment this has brought me is a net positive.
On the outside looking in, it's like
Yeah.
this just you're watching a tire fire.
Yeah.
It's great.
As a video game podcast, this is way better for us than a good Fallout game.
Yes, exactly.
Sucks for the people who try to enjoy Fallout 76. So, just
Keep
one
fighting
more.
that fight.
Yeah, one
You
more
and your seven
little...
buddies go fucking find a nice campfire to
Seven
sit around.
non-consensual buddies.
Yeah.
It's a very that's a way of putting it, I guess. Yes, the gift that just keeps giving. I look forward to hearing what next comes out of Fallout 76. Ubisoft had a earnings call very recently, and Yves Guillemot, the CEO, the man who came out and pointed a gun at Miyamoto on the E3 stage. To be fair, Miyamoto pointed a gun at him also.
And to be fair, both the guns look like they're from Looney Tunes.
Yeah, there's like a fucking Master Blast or a Mega Buster.
Yeah.
They had an earnings call, and Eve said, admitted on behalf of Ubisoft that Breakpoint is a disaster.
Did he use that word?
No, but
Okay.
he did note, specifically pointed out very poor critical and public reception. Called it out for not being different enough from Wildlands to stand on its own. Called out their game design process and philosophy about pumping out these iterative games so fast. And then
Good for him, I suppose.
it seemed like
Seemed like a guy that might lose his job soon for probably saying something radical like, what if we made these games every 4 years instead of every one?
Well, that's
Totally.
crazy.
Yeah.
Madness.
it seemed like
You're not wrong.
a company man who was knowingly going to take a hit for the company to come out and try and get a bit of goodwill. And then they delayed, not all, as far as I know, most of their 2020 titles, which were all four of these games: Watch Dogs Legion, Rainbow Six Quarantine, Gods and Monsters, and there's something else here I did not write down for whatever reason. Were all due to come out in early 2020. They've all been delayed to fiscal 2020, which means anywhere from now till March 2021. And he basically said, like, we can't keep pumping these things out. We need more time. Which I've agreed with for a long time. Ever since
Yes.
Assassin's Creed was yearly, I've thought that.
I very much agree with, like, at least we're hearing a story about a guy who seems to have a finger on the pulse of the problem
Yeah.
and is looking to address it, whether that is a good career move or not. It's better than them being like, I feel like the world wasn't ready for Breakpoint.
Surprise
maybe.
mechanics.
Yeah.
They seem very self-aware, and they seem the opposite of EA in a lot of ways, where, like, they mention things like microtransactions and
Ubisoft has also always been very good about improving their games after release.
yeah. So fingers crossed. Breakpoint sounds like a fucking nightmare on all accounts.
I didn't buy it.
Neither did I. Don't pre-order games. A little bit of Alberta news. That's where we live, Alberta, Canada.
Alberta.
Yeah, I saw this story going around amongst the BioWare folks, amongst the Beamdog folks, amongst, I don't know what Aaron Flint's studio is, but he has a studio here as well, former BioWare alumni. The Interactive Digital Media Tax Credit. We just had an election here, by the way. The Interactive Digital Media
Canadian.
Tax Credit.
Federal.
That's right, Canadian
Yeah.
Federal. Was introduced last year. Apparently, it covers 25% of staff salaries and bonuses for game dev companies. An extra 5% if you are considered a minority. There's like a whole list of, you get extra 5% if you fall into any of these categories. And the budget that they unveiled, the provincial budget unveiled on Thursday last week, has removed the credit, which is a big deal for your video game company, especially if you are Beamdog, that studio that it was the folks what made the Baldur's Gate back in the day. They have, as far as I know, only remastered Baldur's Gate and done the enhanced editions, and they seem to re-release a lot of old BioWare games.
Do they have anything to do with the new Baldur's Gate coming out?
No, they do not, which is interesting. You would think the folks who worked on the original
Yes.
and who have been re-releasing these enhanced editions. Hot take. I thought the enhanced editions were fucking terrible.
Well, maybe that's why they're not working on them.
But yes, they are not working on Baldur's Gate. That is Larian. That is the Divinity Original Sin, folks. But there's an interview with Trent Oster, who heads up Beamdog, and basically said, "Yep, this is fucked up. We are considering moving to another province where they have quote vastly superior tax breaks for video game companies."
Take your 40 jobs and leave.
They've set 70.
So that's a hot take.
70 jobs. In that interview, they talk about how they staffed up from 5 to 70 over the last year. We know somebody who works there.
Yeah. But I mean, you're getting 25% of your wages paid by the government in tax breaks. So, of course,
Yeah.
you're going to staff up.
Well, I mean, yes.
You will staff up a quarter more than you would otherwise.
Yeah.
Yes. I mean, presumably they're staffing up for a project, which I've heard roundly talked about that they're working on something original, apparently. Who knows? Who knows what'll happen? Big things in the Alberta video game scene. I mean, BioWare is here.
Yeah.
There are a few smaller video game companies here in Alberta.
Yeah,
Not-
this is
not
like
counting BioWare,
as a
of course.
person who could have pride in local video game companies, had their local video game company not absolutely gone to shit lately.
Yeah.
This story did not hit me hard.
Did you hear the Cataclysm from Anthem or for Anthem? So I guess the Cataclysms are like big events. I don't really
Yeah.
know what they are. I didn't
Yeah.
stick around long enough. The Cataclysm this year is just the Cataclysm from last year ran again.
Oh.
Good.
Yep.
Yeah, that's
Good.
that tracks.
Yep.
Yeah.
But apparently it was a big surprise. They were just talking about it as though it was a new Cataclysm.
Must have been so well received.
Wait for the Cataclysm. This one's going to really fucking blow you all away. And I've only heard this anecdotally because I don't fucking play Anthem. Same exact Cataclysm from last year. Also, BioWare's been staffing up
anyone
lately.
notice?
I
Why are they still? What for?
I don't
what?
know. I don't know. I keep getting
Mass Effect 4.
Yeah.
I keep getting just the random, all the various like job, whatever interviews I've applied for over the years. I keep getting notifications that BioWare is hiring QA analysts in Edmonton.
If you
Matt
Eads
yes.
heard that that BioWare Edmonton was making Mass Effect 4, what would your reaction be? Would it be a positive or negative reaction? 'Cause
BioWare Edmonton?
BioWare Edmonton.
That's
where probably most of the negative would come
I
in.
would
but
have
Mass
a lot
Effect
of other
4.
I would have a lot of other questions about. Well, I mean, BioWare.
You don't get
Edmonton-
any answers.
Okay, not even like who's the project head, who's leading the team? Is it Casey Hudson?
We just Jason Schreier just tweeted out. Sounds like BioWare Edmonton is making Mass Effect 4.
I would be cautiously optimistic.
I'd be terrified. I'd be like, no, you leave it alone. You make a good one, make a good game, and then make Mass Effect 4.
Hold on.
They said they're making Dragon Age 4, which is the same thing. Where like Dragon Age Inquisition.
Yeah, but
really
I don't care
didn't
about Dragon
fucking
Age.
do it.
What
Leave
about
Shepard alone.
What about
good, man.
BioWare Edmonton making
She's a good one.
Mass Effect Andromeda 2?
All right, I'm in, but only if Kumail Nanjiani voices every character.
Yes. Except for the one alien.
That's right.
That can be Jennifer Hale.
Nice.
Hell yeah. Or Mark Meir, depending
Jennifer
on
Hale.
you know. Yeah, I don't know. It's the same with Dragon Age 4. They're like, we're making Dragon Age 4. I'm like, well, great.
Yeah.
You know what? I haven't liked the last 4 BioWare games.
Like, it sucks when you are so shook in a developer that you don't want them to make a sequel to a franchise that you really like.
Yeah.
You just want to show me something good first. Show me something good.
Sucks so bad, man. Inquisition could have been so good. Dragon Age Inquisition fucking sucks.
Yeah.
It's just a series of open worlds and go get me 16 of these, go get me 15 of these, go get all these collectibles.
Andromeda also sucked.
Oh, yeah.
Was Andromeda Edmonton?
Yeah, well, no.
No.
It's all
It was all of them.
Montreal,
Probably.
I think.
Yeah.
I don't know. Edmonton has kind of been a support studio since Mass Effect 3. But you never know.
Colin had a brush with fame recently. Speaking of Mark Meir.
Did he ran into Mark Meir's manager?
No, Mark Meir himself. He helped him pick out Tums.
Great. He should have been like, he should
That's
have been
cool.
like, yo, can you say Talking Reckless podcast, my favorite podcast, like that guy from the beginning of Baldur's Gate 2, what says, it's been a long year, whatever the fuck he says in the beginning.
No.
You didn't do it.
Should have got him to say Talking Reckless podcast, my favorite podcast on the Citadel.
Boom.
What the
I mean,
He's
realistically,
starstruck. Didn't know what to say.
he would have recorded it into Colin's phone, and then Matt would have been like, "No, the
It's
audio
not good
quality isn't good enough.
It's not good enough.
We'll scrap it.
Tell Mark to grow the fuck up.
We don't
all
need
right?
it."
Hasn't he seen Mark Mir a bunch? I don't want to. Mark Mir's he's a good man. He's a,
toot his owner.
here we go. He's a good man. He's a good man.
Sit back.
But I've seen him in like
outside
50 improv shows.
Yeah,
Like,
outside of the fridge, just out in the wild. You know?
Yeah, that's pretty rare.
Yeah.
But
We should try to capture him.
every single summer, you can pay
Do.
under $20 to go see Mark Mir do a very good improv show.
Mm-hmm.
I've seen him a lot. He's very talented.
I believe you.
Very, very talented. I want to go to one of his D&D games. Apparently he DMs a D&D game in a castle, which costs like $2,000 to go and play. But that'd be dope.
Do you go sit in the audience?
I think you play. I think it's like a trip.
Not for me.
Six
I'd sit
people
in the audience.
6 people play, and Mark Mir DMs for you in this fucking castle.
I thought you
Imagine
watched.
D&D with live audience, and you could like fucking jeer, boo.
I've watched like some of the D&D podcasts I listen to have live shows occasionally. And they're fucking terrible.
Yeah, you can barely hear anything because the auditorium's so big.
Audio quality always blows. Crowd, like I want to be the crowd noise when I'm listening to a podcast. I want to be laughing,
honking your horn, going down the road.
Because sometimes people cheer for things sometimes people cheer for memes that you're not about, and you're like, "Boo! You guys suck. Grow up, kids. Grow up."
It's true.
You can be the guy yelling, "Grow up" at him.
Yeah,
Man.
I feel like, probably like most people, only I know the funny memes from the not funny memes.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
You and me, we know the funny
we
memes.
know the funny memes.
But only us.
The Goose from Goose Game wearing the Breaking Bad hat and
Funny
saying,
meme.
I am the one who honks.
Oh.
That's a good meme.
10 out of 10. Speaking of EA, speaking of Mass Effect, EA is hinting they might be coming back to Steam. They put a tweet out with a picture of a cup with Steam coming out the top of it, and that's it.
That could just be winter.
It could be, or EA might be coming back to Steam.
That doesn't
because,
make any sense.
Well, it makes more sense than pulling their games from Steam and starting their own separate thing called Origin, which would exist for 8 years somehow.
That's still going strong, and they seem fine.
I wonder.
I don't know.
I wonder if. I mean, I'm sure Origin will continue to exist. This is EA games probably are coming back to Steam. They do themselves a huge disservice by just denying themselves that marketplace. They do get the better cut and all that, but I wonder what this means for Origin. If EA games do come back to Steam, like maybe Origin ain't doing so hot. Maybe that Origin Access thing where you can or whatever EA Access, whatever the subscription service to play the EA games, maybe not doing all that well.
Maybe.
I don't know.
I wonder if there's going to be a saturation point with these subscription things where some are like some of the big ones are going to be like we couldn't do this.
I bet we are on the cusp.
Yeah.
The Ubisoft and the EA ones, I already feel have no place in the world. But again,
Right.
that might just be me.
Yeah.
I might not be into those games.
I haven't seen this cup, but would you define it as maybe epic?
Shit. And it was covered in Chinese writing. Oh. It all makes so much sense. No, it was a really strange video where they just tweeted like a brand tweeting this weird cryptic thing of just it's probably exactly what it looks like.
Yeah, okay.
Hey, I got a news story. This one just says WWE2K very broken. Very broken.
How broken is it?
So broken. Sony is giving refunds.
Yay.
It's fucking almost unprecedented.
Very, very close. I'm trying to. I think it has happened before.
Yeah, but it does not happen often. I'm
trying to
that
remember
a
what it
game
was.
is busted enough, fixed enough to get on the store in the first place.
Yeah.
But so busted, they're like, "You're right. We shouldn't have sold this to you."
How did it clear cert? It is.
Yeah.
It is. And maybe that's not even a thing anymore. Maybe that's like old.
Maybe that's a
10
thing.
years ago
Maybe that's
talk.
a thing that people with billions of dollars have to worry about.
Yeah. I don't have billions of dollars. When I worked at BioWare, I had to worry about. There were a certain list of things of like if any of these things happen, we're not going to clear.
No, but that's what I mean. Maybe a company like WWE can be like,
Oh.
"We're not." Fucking put it on the PlayStation Store.
when I don't even know who's that's to Kaz Hirai or whoever.
Yeah.
I don't think Kaz is with Sony anymore. But you think Vince just like
Now that
snaps
you
the
fucking
$100?
walked in there.
We're $100 changer. Mind.
And he was like, "Yeah, fine. Put it in my breast pocket for me." And
Vince refused.
then
He
he
just
hits a
threw it on
big
the
red
floor.
button that says "ship."
Yeah. It's really fucked. WWE 2K20, really, 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 really broken. Really broken.
So I will say this: this is not a positive thing. I know the inflection made it sound like it was going to be a devil's advocate kind of thing, but it is very much. I knew this game had the potential to be a bad game, like all wrestling games are.
Especially of the 2K series for the last 5 or 6 years.
Yeah, and I mean, that a tremendous amount of jank. I wasn't really expecting it, but that wasn't really what got me. What got me was the thing that they usually do well, which are making all the superstars look like fucking superstars.
Yeah.
A lot of those superstars look like fucking ass.
The cover athlete looks fucking terrible.
And Warren was telling me, and he was getting this information from somewhere else, so there's a little bit of telephone going on here, but it's Warren was telling me they did not have time. They rebuilt the game from the ground up and did not have time to rescan everybody.
That might check.
Yeah. And if they built it from the ground up, I also would say that the game does not look like you built it from the ground
They did
up.
not. I don't think they built it from the... If they did somehow, like if it is a brand new engine built from the ground up and they just like put all those old existing features back in, I don't...
That seems bonkers. But
that
maybe
doesn't.
they meant, and again, this is a bad way to share
likenesses
information
or whatever.
Maybe they meant the system of like putting wrestler images in the game. Maybe they rebuilt that from the ground up, but didn't have.
Or it's wild, man.
Yeah,
it's fucking crazy. They changed developers like 4 months out from release. It's a bad game.
It's a bad game.
It's a fucking bad game.
I like Fallout 76. I'm sorry for all of you that bought in again.
I'm not.
But I think this, hopefully, could be a positive in the long run. I feel like this game might finally be so bad.
If you did buy it, I mean, I'm going to put everybody who bought it on blast here right now, so buckle up. This is not a personal attack. If you did buy it, we all buy bad. I buy tons of bad games.
I buy bad games knowing they're going to be bad sometimes.
Yeah, so do I.
Yeah.
These games have been bad for 2015, I think, is kind of when people... That was the jump to the newish engine, and it was like, okay, give them a little bit of leeway.
I feel like 13 is the general consensus among a lot of different people from different branches that I've heard that was the last good WWE game.
Okay, so 13.
WWE
7
13,
years, 7 games ago. They have been bad. Not only have they been bad, they have been getting progressively worse every single year. Sometimes they have more features. That doesn't mean they're better. Every year they've gotten worse. Don't fucking pre-order games. We say that every year, every week on the podcast. Don't pre-order games. They've been bad. They've been getting worse. All the signs say they're getting bad. Everybody in the industry said, no, 2K, don't buy 20. It's new development. It might be bad. If you ended up with 2K20, you only have yourself to blame. You only have yourself to blame. Don't pre-order games. Use this as a lesson. Try and get your money back from Sony also. Especially, I've heard the language to use is something about, quote, graphical issues, long load screens. Basically, if you are unable to start a match, you have to use language in a way that, if you decide to like, oh, the game's not working or whatever, apparently you're less likely to get a refund than if you go and you're like, oh, I'm when I try to start a single player match, this happens or whatever.
This Warren, friend of the show, heard my information struggle and sent me the article.
Okay.
Which I'm not going to read the whole thing, but it looks like maybe the issue was a little bit when the license from THQ came over. They had got their archive and their assets, and then it was a matter of some of them you're pulling those assets because you don't have access to the superstars anymore, and those people look worse than the people that you have on call to just come in for a scan, like a lot of the full timers. But it is weird that superstars like
Becky Lynch,
like Becky Lynch does not look good, and Seth Rollins does not look great. The Rock,
Undertaker.
I guess The Rock I can kind of get because his schedule is so busy, but The Rock just seems like a guy that you should get right.
Yeah. Taker looks fucking terrible.
Like if you're gonna do bad, like have the bad ones be like the fucking low card people. But I know that's not how it works because those low card people probably travel with the company every day.
It's easy to get
and
them
they
in.
can get them all in for the studio. But
Yeah, it's a bad game.
It's a bad game.
Don't buy it. Vote with your dollar, for goodness sakes. And then BlizzCon is next week. Which is it's going to be a really interesting BlizzCon with all this China stuff going on, and especially like the Diablo phone thing. Well, you guys don't have phones? That was BlizzCon last year. Diablo 4.
Such a great line.
I
I mean, not in that
position,
PR-wise, but
as like a heel wrestler or
Yeah,
something. Well, you guys
exactly.
have fucking phones.
yeah.
I feel like
As a guy who's speaking on behalf of a lot of people who probably worked very hard on that game to have it shit on, what, you don't have phones?
I want to see them announce like Diablo 4, which is what Eads was about to say. But but I want to see them announce that, and then people boo it because we want the phone game.
I want the phone
game.
Get like a super heel chant going from the audience.
Nice.
What
We
if?
have phones. We have phones.
Ooh, that'd be good too. What if they announced and did a big trailer for Diablo 4, and then just at the very end said coming to iOS?
Mobile now on Apple Arcade. The BlizzCon would probably turn into a riot.
Yeah,
I would think.
probably.
Red shirt guy would fucking take out a sword for real and just lead the charge. The Diablo 4 has leaked in some a German website listed an art book that apparently contains the art of Diablo 1, 2, 3, and 4. We heard that rumor. I think it was like last week between the podcasts. And then this week, a page from this alleged art book got posted. It seems to be very legit. They talked a lot about the Diablo stuff last year, and last year at BlizzCon, we heard they were going to show the Diablo 4 trailer and then backed off just at the last moment. Apparently, a feature, or the page, anyways, is about a character called Lilith, who hasn't been seen since Diablo 2, an online event called the Pandemonium event, which is, I don't know, maybe... I don't know. The story of Diablo. I felt like I really cared about the story in Diablo in 1 and 2, and then 3 was just kind of, yeah, okay.
It's more Diablo.
It's funny because
There's a Black Soul Stone, I guess.
I've not, like, I haven't and probably won't ever care about the story of Diablo, but Diablo 3 was, for console, was the first Diablo that I played all the way through, and is the reason that I'm excited for Diablo 4.
Yeah, great game.
Yeah.
I really love Diablo. Even the original Diablo 3, I really enjoyed. We'll see what Diablo 4 shows.
You can roll on console.
Yeah, it seems so dope. I was always
You fucking do a
that
roll.
should have been in the. That makes it a very different game. That should have been
It
in the
does.
PC version.
I think
That's
it makes it a
fucking
much
super
more
cool.
console. I feel like you couldn't do the things that you do on a PC as well as you can do on a controller, and the roll gets rid of a lot of that.
Yeah. We'll see. We'll see what they launch. We'll see what they show. I will need something. I've played so much Diablo 3 over the years, and I mean I am on my Blizzard boycott still, but assuming that all wraps up by then.
What was the Activision thing? What was the news story where they separated?
They just haven't said. There's no story. They just haven't said anything.
Oh, okay.
Blizzard Activision, presumably when this was all going down,
It was all one company, right?
Yes, but
Yeah.
but also no.
Right.
Where Blizzard apparently has autonomy, and Infinity Ward has autonomy, and
Right.
all these different
Gotcha.
companies have autonomy. But they just didn't. They washed their hands of that China stuff.
Yeah, we don't want.
Yeah.
Go away.
When you thought maybe they might get in there and be like, this is just company policy, like just kind of just wash over it all. And be like, no, this is just, they had to say that.
Right.
But nope. Haven't said anything. Podcast at talkingreckless.com is an email address. Or you can drop these on our subreddit, r/talkingreckless, or just head to the website. You can leave voicemails on our Discord. I pulled one from the subreddit this week. It comes in from SudHHX. They say, hey guys, I'm graduating college this semester, and I've been
Congratulations.
I've been listening since 7th grade.
Hot damn.
With my college graduation coming, I've been thinking about moving to Canada from the U.S., either for grad school or long term. So I was wondering what each of your favorite and least favorite things about living in Canada is. SudHHX wrote that in.
I like putting U's in favorite.
Yeah, and color.
Puddin'.
Yeah, we got a lot of random uses.
Flavor.
Favorite.
Honor. Armor.
We had the favorite talk. I was writing favorite uncle. I was writing with a U, and it was like, there's no U in favorite. Like, this you can use the U here if you want.
Whatever you want.
Our
I like to think we can
forefathers
do either.
fought and died to use the U in favorite if they so choose.
You get to say Z.
Oh yeah, that's
Oh,
really
yeah.
fun.
Yeah.
It's way smarter. You know how many letters sound like Z?
Well,
Yeah,
so
tons.
I get the logistical sense, but it also makes it's like the last word of your song not rhyming with the rest of it.
It's like ending on a fart.
Yeah.
Why?
It's like you finally get to the point where you're like picking up the beat and you're like, oh yeah, it always goes back to the E sound and then it's Z.
We're always keeping you guessing.
Yeah.
Legal marijuana is
Legal
one of
marijuana.
my favorite things about living in Canada.
It's fucking
Most of
cold.
the states.
Yeah, the cold can be good or bad. You know, if you like
Yeah.
the snow, that can be a positive or a negative.
If you like hockey,
Yeah,
there's no better place in the world to live.
yeah. If you like liquor stores, let me tell
Lots
you,
of liquor stores.
Yeah,
but the
lots of
liquor is
very
more
expensive.
expensive.
very expensive but readily available.
Yeah.
It's on the grocery stores. I feel it's less readily
Yeah,
available.
that's a good point.
Actually, yeah.
Yeah,
Okay,
that's
scratch
true.
that. I don't know.
Airs.
It depends on where you're going. Canada is a massive country.
It's true.
And if you are going to the Maritimes,
Yeah, you're going to have a very different experience.
then coming to Edmonton and
Yes.
Oil City.
Or depending on how far north you go, like it's a One of the biggest countries in the world, in
Don't
fact.
go north of Edmonton.
Don't go north of Edmonton.
Yeah.
No.
That's where Grand
We're
Prairie
too
is.
far north.
Ugh. I don't know. I think the people are pretty friendly on
Yes.
average in Canada. That is not a stereotype. I think that is true. That said, like everywhere, we have our fucking
Yeah.
jerk-offs.
There's fucking crazy people all over the place.
Yes, our rednecks wear cowboy hats. I guess a lot of the American rednecks wear cowboy hats too.
Yep.
But we got ours. Don't worry.
And we're like right in the thick of redneck country where we live.
Oh, we are. Yeah, we're bad.
Yeah.
In a time where the world is getting away from oil and coal, and we
Yeah.
are
We
an
are
oil
fucking-
city.
yeah.
And it is just a million people like closing their eyes and be like, "What oil's good? Everyone needs oil all the time." Like it's bad here now.
Yeah.
It's fucking bad.
It's the same thing that's happening all over the world, where it seems like people are getting farther and farther apart on issues.
And because there's a whole separate issue here, but like in Alberta, it is like who needs a high school diploma when you can not graduate high school and just go in the oil field and make six figures your first year?
Yeah.
Now all those people are unemployed and uneducated and have no skills other than just laborer. Don't move to Alberta. Don't move to Alberta is my advice.
Sure. We go BC,
BC, sure.
maybe
Beautiful.
Southern Ontario,
Oh, lovely.
maybe fucking Maritimes.
Sure.
I know you hate Toronto.
Yeah, everybody hates Toronto.
That's true. I hate Toronto as a concept, but only because it's objectively so much better than here.
Objectively?
I feel like anyone who can step away, anyone who's mad enough to admit it, will admit.
How dare you say that about Dirty Eddie?
Yeah.
I don't want to go somewhere that has that many people in that small of an area.
They have grilled hot dogs on the street.
I'm in. I'm back in.
They
Let's
have
fucking
grilled
go,
hot
yo.
dogs on the street in Edmonton.
That's fucking hard
way
to find.
yeah.
Just go downtown.
Big cities freak me out.
Right
too.
on the
No,
Fat Franks.
not like not physically on the street. I'm just talking about like
Paved
No, I
and
know.
grilled hot
I
dogs.
understand. I understand the theory. A sidewalk kiosk that sells hot dogs.
Get the winter tires on. The hot dogs are coming down.
There's
fucking
probably
pop their umbrella. And then
you could probably call up like a mobile hot dog van and be like, "Yo, I need you to come meet me on this street corner."
yeah, and it probably comes from Toronto.
There's a curry van in Edmonton. I've seen it. Curry in a hurry.
Nice. That's a good name.
It's a good name.
I
Podcast title.
I wonder what the we found it. I always wonder. I wonder what the
It's
minimum
that or
amount
cock
of curry.
magic, so you can decide.
It's kind of probably cock magic. It's not bad.
It's all right.
Podcast at talkingmarks.com, an email address where you can join us here on the show. If you like wrestling, somebody who listens to this show, please let me know if they're still plugging our podcast, because I heard they weren't. If our brothers, our good brothers over at the Suplex City Limits podcast, it's a podcast about wrestling, are no longer plugging. What is even? I'm gonna fucking stunner the two of them. All right, go check them out.
We probably said something to offend them.
Yeah, well, that'd be hard. They are. I feel like compared to us, they are like
They don't give no
holy
shits.
shit. Do they say some stuff? Go check them out though. Suplex City Limits podcast. Sounds like wrestling might be kind of getting better here and there. The AEW maybe okay.
Hey, I will give a strong vote for AEW.
Yeah.
So far.
And hopefully that's the first step to all wrestling. You know, then WWE's got to catch up, and maybe it's all good.
Pressure them.
Hopefully.
Just buy them out. Get rid of them.
They are going to.
Yeah.
Thank goodness.
AEW is going to start to be a threat and then get bought out.
I just drew a blank. I don't know. My brain shut down. We better shut down this podcast because my brain is turning off over here.
Doing that Halloween stuff coming up, though, aren't you?
Yeah, that's what I was trying to think of. This week, if you listen to this on the Monday, when is Halloween? Thursday? So Wednesday, we're doing the Treehouse of Horror, the Simpsons Treehouse of Horror marathon.
Noise.
Okay.
You want to be in the
I
Discord.
watched a
for
bunch
that
of
one.
those the other day.
Yeah, they're good.
That was just solid.
They're really fun. We're gonna-
Although I was watching them with Warren and I was telling him the amount of times that I forget that one episode, like that it's the episodes are divided. Where like in the third story they're telling me, I'll be like, "What happened to this thing?" And I was like, "Oh right, they just hard stopped that whole story.
they're all separate.
They're all separate."
I think we were watching a new one that was all one episode or something. I don't know. I'd never seen it
might have
before,
been,
and it
yeah.
seemed brand new. And I think they even made a joke about how like, well, these were always used to be whatever. The new Simpsons. We're not gonna watch the newer one. They're bad. The new ones are bad. We're gonna watch the good ones.
How do you know if you haven't seen them?
That's a good point.
I know.
That's a good point.
I
You just know in your
I know.
heart
Well,
of
you
hearts.
think you know.
I've seen enough
think
of
you know.
New Simpsons
That's
to
fair.
know that New Simpsons is definitely not for me anymore.
I watched one where they had a big fight in a tower of boxes. It was like a Game of Thrones.
Oh, yeah.
Kind of. I thought that was a good
That
episode.
sounds great.
That was a good episode amongst bad episodes. And if there's one,
Ironic
any
that
one of
it's-
those could have been a good episode.
That's you're not wrong. You're not wrong. I should.
You just got to parse
Not
through
gonna-
like
I'm not
36
gonna
episodes
do
a
it.
year just
Yeah.
to find that
No.
one
You
good one.
have to watch them
No.
all. Is King of the Hill going to be on Disney Plus? Do we talk about that?
I have no idea. King of the Hill, I would totally watch though.
Yeah, King of the Hill, Century Fox, right? I'm pretty
Yeah,
sure.
I think so.
Fuck,
I love King of the Hill.
King of the Hill's great.
I don't even know where we are. So that's the 30th, the Wednesday, and then on Halloween we're gonna play spooky games.
Spooky.
I got a costume.
What
this
kind?
year. I'm gonna dress up.
Are you leaking that info?
It's
You
not
tell
that
me
I'm
after
not
the show.
leaking it. I'm just not ready to. I just don't have the list together yet. We're
You
gonna play.
don't know.
Don't
there's
wanna
a
commit.
New part of Visage out. We're gonna try that one. We played part 1 last year. It was really scary. Maybe like Outlast 2 or something. I've never played. One of those big naked guys chasing you around.
Yeah, the
Sims.
dongs.
Yeah, we'll play the dongs if we get a chance. That's always really scary.
Yep.
Spooky games. I'm pretty
Saw video game. Do you have access to the Saw video game?
probably. I think I've played. Do you start in the reverse flytrap? I think I've played the Saw video game. We should maybe look at that. Warren and I want to get together and watch a bunch of Saw movies around about this Halloween too. We should. You like Saw? How do you feel about
I
Saw?
fucking love Saw.
Yeah, great.
I'm gonna marathon some Saw with you.
Hell yeah. Even the bad, even like Saw gets
Oh, yeah.
really bad.
Oh,
Okay.
well,
Okay. I just felt like I should maybe warn you just in case.
I bet you I've only not seen 2 Saw movies, so
I think there's probably only 1 or 2 I've not seen
yeah.
as well.
And they are in the back end for sure.
Yeah. If you enjoyed what you heard, please consider supporting us over on patreon.com/talkingrecklesspodcast. Tons of good stuff. Extra stuff up there. Longer versions of this podcast. You get Tron, the pre-show. Depending on your subscription tier, you might even be a competitor in the TRWL. D&D
That'd be dope.
podcasts. All sorts of things. Go.
You could win an actual championship.
You could win the undisputed championship.
Yeah.
It was sent to the wilderness of, I don't remember, North Carolina? I don't even remember, to be honest.
That's right.
Whenever Noah North had it.
Came
we
back
sent it
with
to-
fucking deer fur on it.
Where's Vermont?
That's northeast.
Yeah.
I think it went to Vermont. Is it Vermont?
Yeah, it's like north of New York, I think.
Okay. It went,
I think it's when I think the term upstate applies to
upstate
Vermont.
New York,
Yeah.
Vermont,
yeah.
Albany.
Yeah.
Of course. Yes, you could win that undisputed championship. Could be around your waist. The fame. I mean, also the pressure, though, that comes with it is a heavy burden as well. And that's all for you on patreon.com/talkingrecklesspodcast. Kevin Byer, thank you very much for being such an able and incredible champion in the TRWL.
You look good on the Today Show and such.
I mean, it was an untelevised segment on the Today Show, but
Right.
the people in the audience got to witness.
That's true. The lucky few.
Yeah.
You wore your ring gear, which was very controversial.
Yeah.
I hear.
That's probably
That's
why
why
they
I
didn't put
wasn't
it in.
there.
Yeah, pulled it.
Bryce Zinnick, thanks for
Thank you.
bundling up and making it out here.
It's so cold.
He's got his gloves and his coat and a couple sweater maybe, a scarf.
I can't wait for -40.
Brandon Lynch, thank you as always.
Always happy to be here.
You at home, thanks so much for listening. We'll see you again. Let's do this again. 7 days, a week, we'll call it. It'll be 296th episode of the Talking Reckless podcast. See you then. Headphones off.
Hurt my ears.
Get fucked.
Get fucked.
Wow, that's rude. We're gonna turn the stream off. We can get home and edit this podcast.
Rebelt.
Belt's going back on, so the fun has to stop. Thanks very much for watching, everybody. We'll be back on tomorrow for some anime, cook and stream. I forgot to say the cook and stream.
Turn it back on.
Turn it back on. We're making cookies. We're making spooky cookies.
You were going to say couscous.
That's next month. Couscous.
Yeah.
No, we're making cookies. We're
So
gonna
nice
bake
they named it twice.
for the first time. I've never had a snickerdoodle in my life, and I'm gonna make them because they look like cinnamon toast crunch, but a cookie.
Yeah.
Sounds so fucking
You'll like
dope.
them.
Yeah,
Unless
I
you
bet I
fuck
will.
'em up. And you know what? Even if you do,
Yeah,
It's
probably
sugar
still be
and
fun.
flour.
the ingredients are still in there.
Probably still be fun. Thanks very much, everybody. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye bye.